It's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. And listen, man, we got a lot to talk about. I want to talk about Lonnie Walker because I seen him in an interview on Voice of the Nets. He had an interview with, I think, Chris Cat. I forget. I think he's Cap. He's one of the color commentators for the Brooklyn Nets. And it was a dope interview. And I think he's a good locker room guy to bring the young guys together to help us, sort things out and just focus on basketball, focus on hooping. Very good interview. I really recommend you guys go check out that interview. And you know what I'm saying? I kind of wanted to chop it up with you guys because it was a real touching interview because he really got into some his personal life, and he was explaining that he felt how basketball helped him. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to paraphrase what he was saying because it's very sensitive, and I don't want to misquote him. But the way he explained how he used basketball as a part of his life to kind of like, um, hold on, let's
backwards here. Let's start right now where we are.
So I'm gonna recap.
I'm sure you had some other options and choices to make here in free agency. What brought you to the Nets?
Let's get to it.
Honestly, just the opportunity. I seen what's presented here. We got great players as far as Spencer Dinwiddie and Mike Bridges, who I've known for a little while. So the chemistry is already kind of there, and it's been a while since I've been on the East Coast. I'm excited to just be here. Play to the best of my capability, and have a good time while I'm over here.
Did you know Mikal from Pennsylvania basketball?
Yeah. When I was getting recruited by Nova, he was over there. So I used to always go back and forth. Every time I was with Jay Wright up there or at the camps or whatnot, I spent a couple times with his goofy self.
How did Jay Wright let you get out of Pennsylvania?
It was hard. I think my whole family at one point believed that I was going to Villanova. I mean, he came, he seen my grandma. My grandma fell in love with him. That's all she used to talk about was Jay Wright. But I think for me as a man, I wanted to get as far as I can, get off the nest and kind of learn who I am as a human being.
Miami's not a bad place to do that.
Oh, no, not at all.
What about Jim Larinaga? Because he ends up getting you to Miami. Mm-hmm. I find him to be a really cool guy. Mm-hmm. I mean, we see his dances in the locker room. Yeah. And what was it about Coach Larinaga that maybe was able to get you to join him in Miami?
I mean, the coaching staff, him and Coach Fish, they're just genuine love, to say the least. They told me what was presented. Already telling me, you're not going to start immediately here. You have to earn it, and you gotta gain this and gain that. And I think that's something that I've always wanted. I don't want everything to be handed to me. And having someone like Coach L, who was always around, giving me genuine and authentic love and telling me, my potential and what I could be. I think it was instant love, honestly.
I know I said we were going to work backwards, but we've kind of segued into Miami, and I wanted to ask you about that because talked to Dariq Whitehead, who the Nets had drafted recently, and he was injured right before the start of his first season at Duke there. Mm. You had a similar situation, right? You get hurt in, I think it was like July, before college, right?
First practice, yeah.
What did that force you to do, though? How did that help maybe the sitting there help you develop as a player going into college?
I think it was just the mental growth. I think going there, I was already like excited, running on fumes. I just won state championship, Jordan Brand Classic at the Barclays and stuff like that. So I think once I got injured, it kind of slowed me down back to reality, to the point to where it's like, all right, you got to lock back in. You got to take it day to day. And that's where I really learned, every single day counts. It's not about 2 weeks from now. Whatever your long-term and short-term goals are, you got to stack them days in between. So
What up,
being
Barry?
at and being in Miami, it really made me, grow up and mature a lot faster. And having Coach L and Mrs. L, who was the wife, just made my life 10 times easier, to say the least.
Did you guys connect on a way that
You see how they talking about building with character guys for this is who they were talking about, man. They talking about Lonnie Walker. Lonnie Walker is a good piece for this team.
was more than just basketball with Larinaga?
By far. I
Yeah.
mean, it felt like it was more than just basketball,
Yeah.
Especially when I got injured. The first people I seen was actually Mrs. L and then Coach L, and she's like a second mom to me. She came, she pulled up with a whole bunch of cookies, a whole bunch of love. Everything's gonna be okay, and there's nothing like that mother love. So she really made it 10 times easier.
That period of time though you're out, did you guys look at study other players? You did a lot of film work, right?
Yes, sir.
While your knee was injured.
Yeah, I was looking at just a lot of tenacious players, a lot of defensive players. One of the main people I was actually watching was Dwayne Wade, as far as his athleticism and how he played. And so we were really honing in on that. But for the most part, it was the plays, learning.
Oh, well, I appreciate you, Barry. You know that. Facts, man. You helping us build this podcast. You already know that, Brody. Facts, man. We was hooping and you came down to hoop. Barry said I was at a tournament today. What happened, man? What happened at the tournament? We could get into it. We could talk about it. We could always get to this Lonnie Walker interview. You know what I'm saying? I'll throw the link in the chat if you want to talk about it. You could. You know what I mean? That's basketball, man. And trust me, man. We basketball every day, man. Basketball is life, man. I can't front. I really love basketball. Wow, it's incredible, bro. It really is. Shout out to Barry, man. Someone else that you know what I mean, got love. It been helping the podcast grow right from the beginning. I told you I was one of the better fans that you know what I mean, that I met on the internet, and I met him in real life, met him in person. You know what I'm saying? So that was cool. Hey, shout out to my guy Notorious in the building. What up? What up?
What's good, baby?
Oh man, I can't front, man. I kind of clipped some of the content that you had. You had some real fire content. You and Leaf, y'all were going back and forth about Hero, and I kind of clipped that because I liked the debate that y'all had last time you was here, and I just thought it was a fire debate. And I never considered Hero on the team in a good light until I heard your debate. But I'm still on the fence about it. But shout to you, Notorious. What's goody, Brody?
And that man, chilling. Nets fans are the best fans. So
Oh yeah, all day, every day, man.
So we got a lot of good, smart fans who actually know the game of basketball, but some of our brains think differently. But because people see shit differently, but that don't mean that you can't be right, and that don't mean I can't be right with you at the same time.
True. Yeah, two things can be true. Yeah,
two things can be right at the same time. There you go. So,
word.
It's always good, man. To hear other people's perspectives of things, and sometimes you agree, sometimes you don't. And, but you can respect it though, and
of course, yeah. But the debate is necessary because when I have debates and conversations, I know that I want to use the right choice of words. I know that I got to be able to be considerate to whatever I'm hearing. I can't just look at it like, okay, what I said is 100% true, and I'm gonna leave this debate feeling the same exact way. I know that my opinion can change based on what's said and what's fact. It's maybe my opinion doesn't change based on another opinion, but it might change based on the fact that I didn't know. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, I do feel like Nets fans is best fans too. Like we really trying to get it together. We really trying to work it out. we want to go somewhere. We don't want this to be it. We want more, man. Shit, man. We got swept twice, 2 seasons in a row. Ain't no Nets fans feeling sturdy about that shit. Everybody upset. It's like a uproar, a upheaval. Everything that we thought that Kyrie and Katie was going to do, they ain't do. They ain't live up to the expectations, and we unsettled. That's how I feel. I feel like we unsettled. So, I watched this interview with Lonnie Walker, and he basically was saying that he used basketball as a mechanism to help him through what happened to him. He said, he had got touched, I think, when he was a kid or something like that. And he was saying that he used basketball to help him get through that. So, I'm asking you, well, I'll say this and then I'll ask you. From watching this interview, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think that he was gonna go there. I didn't know about Lonnie Walker. I never knew that he was gonna go there and say anything like that. I was just watching pretty much for his basketball acumen. And you know what I mean? But I said all that to say, I think because he's so mature and open as far as, being able to speak, a few things. One, I think he's going to stay in the NBA and be a coach one day. Two, I think he's going to be, should be one, a great locker room guy and like kind of the glue, bringing guys together. You know what I mean? And the reason why I didn't want Hero on the team is because of Lonnie Walker. You know what I mean? Now I know Hero is a better shooter than Lonnie Walker, but why did we get Lonnie Walker and feel lucky that we got him for, what the asking price is? And you know what I'm saying? But Hero, I don't know, man. I'm still on the fence, bro. How you feel about Lonnie Walker, though? Because I never really heard you talk about Lonnie Walker.
I mean, I like Lonnie Walker. I mean, if you listen to our previous conversations up here, I said that I thought he was the most under, you know what I'm saying, underrated signing of the offseason. Yeah. So I think it's a very, very sneaky good signing. I watched Lonnie at the Barclays, and you could just tell, man, I'm like, the way this dude moves, the way he, his basketball IQ, his effort, you just knew he was a solid player. Like, you know what I mean? You knew that. So yeah, man, I like Lonnie, but I don't see Lonnie as nothing but being his ceiling is a mid-tier guy. I mean, that's what he is, bro. Right. He's gonna come here and provide a good, spark off the bench, be that mature leader that he is for his age, and and ball out and give it his all. So I don't think he's going to be superstar or star caliber like maybe a Hero can. Okay. But you know what I mean? I do respect his game.
Okay. On that being said, yeah, I do remember you saying, speaking highly of because he is a steal. I agree. Also, I feel like with a player like Lonnie Walker, he's not going to run your offense, and I don't necessarily know or remember when the Brooklyn Nets were really good as a team when the two guard was the star. We seem to be a great team when we had a point guard as a star. That's why I always hesitant about trading Ben Simmons. You know what I'm saying? I might have said my shit about him not being healthy or, wanting to play or confident enough to play like at his elite level. But at the same time, I feel like, he wasn't 100% healthy and that was holding him back. But that being said, notoriously known, you know what I mean? We win when we got a dominant point guard, whether it was Kenny Anderson, Jason Kidd, Stephon Marbury. Just, you know what I'm saying? That's where we play our best brand of basketball. And I don't think Hero could run point. And then, for what it's worth, Dinwiddie did average 10 assists. And it was a small sample size to ask for a lot of chemistry with 4 new starters. It's not like Dinwiddie came to the team and it was just him, the one guy that came to the team. So what I'm saying is, I don't know, maybe the Nets fans is a little harsh on Spencer, or does he deserve the criticism? You know what I'm saying? Or can he be that guy? Like, we totally gave up on Dinwiddie and we just going in a different direction. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But what I will say is that I see them get, and Darius Bazley, that's who I wanted to talk about too. I seen his highlights, man, and on the perimeter, he nice. You know what I'm saying? But hold on. I wanted to say, about Lonnie Walker, and I want to touch on what happened. He said about how I think he used basketball as a mechanism to help him get through. You know what I mean? What happened to him, and you know what I mean. I feel like that's fire because he used it as like a therapeutic type of thing, and you know, I just think that I don't know, man. He's just gonna be somebody around in the NBA for a long time. You know what I mean? He was really well spoken in this interview. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, check this interview out. You know what I mean? Check this interview out, and then maybe we could just like recap it. Then now, you know what I mean? We could recap it
All
after
right,
you watch
I'm
it.
gonna check it out.
What you think about Darius Bazley though?
I
Darius
like him.
Bazley. Yeah.
I like him. It's a you know, like I said, all these signings Mark's doing is low risk, high reward. Like, okay, like prove it
Mm-hmm.
deals. Like, you know, he's giving
Yeah.
it to these young guys who's falling from the grace of the NBA, and he's like, yo, we got a spot over for you over here at Brooklyn. You can prove yourself, pull yourself into some value. What's up?
Yeah.
And basically
That sound like
that's
the
what they
pitch
doing.
too. You funny as hell. That sound
Yeah,
like the
so
exact pitch. But he was on OKC. I see his highlights on OKC. I think he led the league, if I'm not mistaken, with in perimeter blocks. You know,
yeah, he's
he-
big and athletic. He's a big athletic guy
yeah,
who has good feet, runs the floor well, handles the ball. He's just not a good shooter, but yeah, that's his not. He got a good
yeah,
motor on him too.
right. He'll push the pace. You know, so
Facts.
I like that. I like that pickup too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm with you with that. You know what I mean? He pushed the pace. You see him his highlights is defensive highlights. You feel me?
And he gives us some of that athleticism. You know that you know a little bit, and he's a little bit bigger, and he gives us some of that same athleticism as our guards, as our smaller guards. You know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah,
Remember we
he's
had
like
James
at that
Johnson.
power forward position. You know?
Remember we had James Johnson.
Yes, sir. I
He
remember
remind
that.
me of him. Long as he don't try to score like James Johnson used to score. Oh,
Yeah.
here it goes. This is it right here. I wanted you to see this. Oh Lord, I'm about to play it because I think with the league going in the direction of being an offense, outside attack more than an inside attack, and you put a guy on your team who blocking jumpers, like he's blocking jumpers, bro. Like I'm impressed.
Yeah, he's athletic.
Or give me that. Yeah, I need that on our team,
And
bro.
look how he running. Look how he running the
Uh huh.
baseline. Crazy,
Yo.
bro.
Oh shit, that's Brooklyn. Harden ain't on the team no more. Block Blake Griffin 3. Mm-hmm. Give me that. With him with Nick Claxton, come on, bro. Come
Yeah.
on, we about to lead the league in blocks, bro. For real. Yo, he blocking jumpers, bro. That's serious. Like, all right, look. They look at how many fast breaks his defense create. Oh, that was the other way around, but still, it was a fast break right after that. Look, he creates offense because of these blocks. Look now, boom, Giddy on a run. You see them? They
Right.
pushing the pace. Every time he do that, they get a chance. Look,
Now they
get
out
that
in
shit out of
transition.
here. Right, most times. So you see, he slapped that out. You see, he slapped that shit in the front row. Give me that. Yo, yeah, nah. This is shout to Sean Marks, man. That B plus looking real strong for Sean right now. Oh, he tried to shake him too, and he blocked that. Good defense. Oh, give me that. Nah, I like Bazley, man.
Crazy.
I like Bazley, man. I'm a fan. He took number 7, right? That's his
Bro, he's
jersey
just
number.
big. He's freakishly athletic, bro. He's big and he's athletic with a guard set, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oh, word, KD. Oh, he
you know,
blocked
he's like a
KD.
He's like a little bit big. He's like a bigger Westbrook, bro.
But no,
Low-key.
more than anything, what I'm liking is the fact that he's blocking these jumpers and he's not landing in the jumpers airspace, so it's not considered a foul. Look, you see how? Watch where he land at. It's never in the
Yeah, I
shooter's
seen it.
space.
I seen it.
Yo,
I
man,
seen
that's
it. His
fans is
feet
the
was
best
way.
fans, man. Hit the like button. Oh my goodness. Damn, that's the Nets again. Yeah,
That
I'm just
kid,
glad you're on
man.
our team now, man. Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
Oh shit. Give me that. He thought he was doing something. Yo. Nah, he started a lot of fast breaks, bro. He's a what so again, I mean, okay, that's what I was saying last time about the statistic about how the better teams lead in transitional points. And OKC, wait, look, he doing all of this with OKC. Bro, he hooping, bro. Yeah, he blocked KD twice. Like I never seen a compilation when KD got blocked by the same player twice. Bro, nah, man. We about to top 5 defense, man. I called it. I'm calling it, bro. Bazley got us a top 5. You know,
Yo, you
gonna
remember?
play.
I forget Buddy name. He was talking about like the Nets wasn't going. Our defense wasn't going to be good. This upcoming year, and I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Are you serious?
Incredible.
Like, come on, dog.
Yeah, nah, this is what it is right here. Draymond punk ass jumper. Yeah, he slapped that shit.
Claxton.
Him and Clax, bro.
Come on with Nick Claxton and Ben. That's good.
Yeah, man.
That's a very, very big athletic bunch right there, man.
That starting 5 looking like they holding teams to 15 to 20 points right there. You fighting for them 20 points. I'll give it to NBA teams. They gonna get to 20 most times, but if you're in them lower 20s, mean a lot. If the other team in them higher 20s, I'm telling you, man, that score after the first quarter mean a lot. You know, teams don't like playing from behind. Damn, good defense. Yo, you see his man fall on the floor and he just like made sure that the guy was open. Yeah, I like that. I like that. He said, I mean, he a team player. It's not that he scored because he beat you, so he scored on you, not me. Nah, he beat you. I got this. Yo, he did that to DeMar DeRozan, bro. They held them Chicago to 22 points. When at the end of that, anytime he on the floor, the other team don't score the ball. Like, bro. I mean, that's what I was gonna say about that. And then now, this is what I was saying. Now, I don't know if I thought this was funny, so I was gonna bring it up. Do you think that the WNBA will make more money if you care about this? Do you think the WNBA will make more money if they had a reality show about the husbands, like real husbands of the WNBA? I just think it'd be funny, you know what I'm saying? And it'll draw more attention to the WNBA, and I think it'll bring more fans. Like, but I don't know, man. I just think if they did do it, it would be funny and it will bring more fans. You know what I'm saying? I know they had the NBA and the basketball wives. You know why they can't? You know, had a WNBA basketball husbands. You know what I'm saying?
You stupid, bro.
Yeah, I can't call it, won't spoil it, man. But I know we got a lot of guards on the roster, you know what I'm saying? And we got a lot of wings, and we'll see. We getting close.
Yeah, man. Darius is that big athletic, freak, power forward. That's what he is.
Yeah, now we got a good team on the defensive side of the ball, man. But the Hero do bring shot creation, but What if we had Hero and Cam Thomas? You know, what if Cam Thomas wasn't in the package?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe a different player in the package. And case in point is with all of the defense we got, it's impressive, but then we're gonna need some type of shot creation. Like
Absolutely.
you're gonna get that from the duo. I think the duo is gonna be dangerous. I think they're gonna be a dangerous duo. I think they're gonna play a good brand of basketball. I think they're gonna be nice. I'm not gonna lie. I think Armani Brooks is a shooter that we needed to get since we ain't have Seth Curry, Joe Harris, and Patty Mills. You know what I'm saying? So Armani Brooks, he played for Toronto too, but he ain't get a lot of minutes. You know what I mean? But like you said, I think that's the pitch for the Brooklyn Nets. You know, you want an opportunity to raise your value, some fake. You know what I mean? That you could, play here. You know what I'm saying? Make your career. You know what I mean? Make your career here. I think that's what they be saying to these players for real. But I don't know, man. Bringing outside guys and not giving Cam Thomas minutes still leaves me uncomfortable. I'm not saying I don't want to see guys come to the team and get minutes, but not take Cam Thomas minutes. They cut Ed Sumner, didn't take DDJ. I don't know. They're going to let DDJ go. And I think they're going to do it because we got Jalen Wilson, too. I ain't going to front. I feel like Jalen Wilson took DDJ's spot. I ain't going to lie. Bar. So if that's the case, I got him in the rotation high. I'm telling you, I got Nick Claxton, Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, Cam Thomas, Spencer Dinwiddie, DFS backing up Claxton, Dayron Sharp at the 4, Royce O'Neal at the 3, Lonnie Walker at the 2, and DSJ. You know what I'm saying? At the 1. But damn, I ain't even mentioned Jalen Wilson. I don't know. Jalen Wilson over Royce O'Neal. Somebody getting traded, man.
Exactly.
Somebody getting traded, man. I think we keeping Jalen Wilson, and you don't want to give up Royce O'Neal. That's tough. DFS though, but I don't know, man. I just don't see how we could go into the season. I don't know. Jack Vaughn, is he gonna play 10 players? That's a better question. Is
Man,
he gonna?
There's a whole bunch of question marks about this fucking team this upcoming season, bro. We don't know. We just gotta wait and fucking see.
Yeah, I think that's what it is with Jacques Vaughn. He gotta know how many players he gonna play. You know, he gotta know when to sub him and when to get him back in the game. How do you think not Marks? How do you think Jacques Vaughn? How do you rate who he gives minutes as a coach? You like who he giving minutes, or you want to see it different?
Nah, I'm gonna give him a C.
A C.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I think he be having his favorites, man. Like, now you're gonna sit there and hold Cam Thomas to a standard. I get it; he's a younger guy, but hold him to this strenuous standard. But you sit there and you watch fucking Spencer Dinwiddie and fucking Royce O'Neal just play us out of games and continue to keep them in the game and give them time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
True.
So that shit really, pissed me off. He always like show his favorites, man, and like he was going to fucking play his favorites no matter what. You know what I mean? But the people that weren't his favorites, they fucking had very short leash to fuck up. So
he can't do that. I think at the end of the day, he was doing that, but I think he was looking at it like free money. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at it from his perspective, from his loyalty to the Nets and having this opportunity and making it to the playoffs, I think he looking at it a fresh start. And I think again, you see, Steve Nash got fired for having that rough start. That I think we a 7-3 team after 10 games. I'm telling you, man. So I give it 3 years. We might lose to 3 times. I ain't going front, but I think we all right. I think we 7-3. What you think we are with this same exact roster? What you think we are after 10 games?
you talk about the roster we had after the trade.
Yeah, no, this roster we have right now. Like if we start the season right now, we were the first 10 games.
Oh, what would our record be?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 6-4.
That's fair. That's fair. It's gonna take us a while to know what to do with the clutch games. I think we're going to automatically go to Mikal Bridges, but I think
we gotta establish roles, man. So
yeah,
and then we gotta execute those roles. So you know how that goes.
So basically, you got Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson as a duo as well, 1 and 2. That's our offense, basically.
Right.
All right. So again, you see, or how's Hero fitting? Again, I'm asking because my thing is, do you think that you seen him run the pick and roll before? Is he nice with the pick and roll? Or he just a spot up shooter?
He's decent in the pick, the pick and roll.
Okay. Yeah, that pick and roll is important. You know, the better teams, you know what I'm saying? They run that pick and roll, you know what I mean? That's how you win in this league, you heard?
Yeah.
That pick and roll. I had seen something the other day, and it was making it seem like that what Pop did wasn't nothing new in contrast to the European coaches and the style of having a stretch forward, where you know the same way David Robinson and Duncan played. That was a style that was already developed by European coaches. That's where Coach Pop get the coaching style. And fair to say that he's a student of the game like we all are, right? But yeah, you know, that being said, I don't know if you know, Clax is taking jumpers now.
I saw the video footage on Twitter.
Me too. So that's what I wanted to ask you, like how you feel about, because I think that it was you saying your Clax need an extra bag. You know what I'm saying? Work on this offensive game. I seen him hitting jumpers, and I'm saying that to say Hero and Clax. If Clax is on the pick and roll with Hero, hypothetically, if Hero was on the team, is that something that, you know what I mean? The leagues we would keep leagues on notice. You keep the Eastern Conference on, you know what I mean, on their heels with that. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get the stat right now, man. Pick and rolls lead the league. Like, if you the one of the better teams in the pick and roll in the NBA, you're like got the best offense. That's basically what I'm saying. I've seen that somewhere. I'm trying to look for it. Or all right, let me see. They just explaining what the pick and roll is. Here you go. The top 7 pick and roll duos in the league. Here we go. Chris Paul and JaVale McGee in Phoenix. Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton. The Trey Youngs to Collins. Word. Hold on. Damn, why they ain't let me see it? Fuck. Yo, I'm telling you, man. And that's what I'm saying. That's where we get our bread and butter. That's where we make our money. That's, you know what I'm saying? That pick and roll. Hold on. The pick and roll is an offensive play in basketball where a player sets a screen for a teammate handling the ball and then moves towards the basket to receive a pass. The play involves 3 players, a defender guarding a ball handler, and the player setting the screen. The objective of the pick and roll is to give the offensive team an advantage. The defense can also counter the offensive screen. Now, hold on. Teams pick and roll, boy. Hold on. I'm telling you, the best teams. Here you go. Exactly. Miami Heat. The Miami Heat is leading the league in pick and rolls, bro. And they went to the finals. You see what I'm saying? They went to the look, yo, bro. You see this stat? This is the leader in pick and rolls, the Miami Heat and the Denver Nuggets, and they went to the finals. Both teams, 1 and 2. You see that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, that's real. I'm telling you, Nets fans is the best fans. If y'all want to talk basketball, pull up, man. Y'all know what's up, man. Me and Notorious out here talking basketball, man. The pick and roll. If you're doing the pick and roll, if you're doing it the best, you're one of the best teams in the league, and you see proof. There ain't no cap in my rap. Yo, shout to look, then the Celtics, then the Lakers. That's a playoff team. The Suns, Golden State Warriors, they all playoff teams. All of these top teams are playoff teams. You get all the way down, they all still all playoff teams. Brooklyn Nets, call it what you want, still playoff. We make it. We at the bottom of the list, but we made the list. Shout to the Brooklyn Nets. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Word. So okay, to be specific, the team that attempted the most was the Atlanta Hawks, right? But they weren't the most efficient. The most efficient team was the Denver Nuggets. You see what I'm saying? So you could run a pick and roll, but that don't mean you're the best at it. So, you know, again, the Atlanta Hawks did 23 pick and rolls last season. This is, you feel what I'm saying? Like, this is what, oh my goodness. And then hold on. It say 6 games played. So they only did that shit 6 times. So they wasn't even really had that in their bag for real. This is why you got to be careful with these stats, man. You actually got to articulate it and break it down. The Miami has 23 games played, and they talking about the pick and roll for like for contrast in these stats here. And they did it. They attempted 18, and Sacramento Kings is right after them. Then Cleveland, you got Donovan Mitchell and Jared Allen and Evan Mobley and Darius Garland. You know what I'm saying? You got the Lakers. You got you got LeBron. You got AD. They running a pick and roll. You got the Grizzlies. They got Triple J. You feel what I'm saying? They got Ja Morant. Milwaukee, they got Drew Holiday and Giannis. That's happening. Phoenix, you already know. Booker, 8 and 76ers, you got Embiid, that, or even Tobias Harris and Maxey. Maxey put pressure on that rim. He gonna draw that double team, and the Knicks is there because of Brunson. We all know that. The Celtics, respectfully, because of Marcus Smart and Robbie Williams, or even Al Horford. You know what I'm saying? And the Brooklyn Nets, let's skip all these other teams. Let's get to the Brooklyn Nets. You know what I'm saying? And the Brooklyn Nets is probably because of Nick Claxton, man. Nick Claxton got better at running the pick and roll. He wasn't necessarily a go-to guy on offense for us. And no fans was mad at that. Nobody ain't want Claxton to be the number one guy on offense anyway. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't supposed to be that ever, never, ever, ever, never, ever. You know what I mean? Even this season, I don't want him to be to you, Notorious. Where do you got Clax in the offensive role? The third guy? I got him like the fourth guy. You know what I'm saying? Like
I got him. I know. I got him lastly. And starting 5.
Like, yeah, his offensive role, like
and Ben is playing the point.
And but why not? Ben playing the point, yeah.
I'm gonna have him. Yeah, I'm gonna have him as the fourth guy. The fourth guy, you're right.
Yeah.
Because it should be.
What up, Big Chris?
If the lineup is like how I think it's going to be.
Yeah.
It should be, yeah. Let's just say the Nets end up with Hero.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Hero, Ben playing the 1, Hero playing the 2. You're going to have Mikal playing the 3, Cam playing the 4, and Nick playing the 5. With all those offensive weapons, except, Ben Simmons isn't an offensive weapon, but, I mean, if he's going to be the same active Ben Simmons he was when he was in Philly, yeah, he can get about 14, 16 points a game, which is still a decent amount of points, chunk of points.
True.
And do all the other things, like, play defense and rebound exceptionally well too. But so he's still, like I said, he's still, if Ben can give us 14 to 16 points, that's still a decent amount of points. Right. I don't see Claxton scoring that high. I see him around probably 12, 13 points a game, roughly. So, yeah, I would say he would be like the third guy. It would probably be Mikal, Hero, Cam. Yeah, I would probably say, yeah, like he's the fifth guy, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, because, I mean, like I said, who you got? Mikal, that's the first option. Hero would be the second option. Cam would be the third. Like if Ben comes back, like the Philly Ben, he's the fourth option, and Clax is the fifth.
Yeah.
So I would say the fifth.
Yeah.
But then that's all depends on Ben Simmons. So how he come back. So he could be the fourth or the fifth. Depends on who if he outperforms Ben Simmons or not.
Yeah, and on that note, again, the biggest thing I want to try to take away from this conversation is that the teams that lead the league in a pick and roll are the teams that went to the finals. And if we're going to improve this team on offense, we got to do it with the pick and roll, right? That's how I feel. And I think we do that by, I don't think we get in Dame Lillard. Let me just get that out the way. I don't think that's the direction of the Brooklyn Nets. I just don't think that's going to happen. You know what I mean? I don't think that the Brooklyn Nets I think they exhausted with taking on contracts and all of these contract talks. You see they went out and they got all of these team friendly contracts because they done with all of the past and they just want to go forward amicably. You know what I mean? They running a business to them, and to be honest, when you look at the talent that they got and then the style of coach that Jock Vaughn is, the players fit what he wants to do as a coach. So I ain't gonna lie, as a fan, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? But these players that fit that for his playing style are defensive players. They defensive style players. Ain't none of these. We ain't got Darius Bazley running no pick and roll. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got Lonnie Walker. We got Lonnie Walker running the pick and roll. I got Spence and Nick Claxton running the pick and roll, and I got Spence and maybe CJ running the pick and roll. I think CJ is probably better on the pick and roll than most people might think because he got that midi. CJ could really be a big part of the offense if him and Dinwiddie get chemistry with that pick and roll. If Dinwiddie and Cam Johnson could get chemistry with the pick and roll, yeah, we probably I'll say a top 10. I'll say maybe top 10 offensive team in the NBA. I won't go as far as to say top 5. That's too much. I think we could be a top 5 defense and a top 10 offense. That's where I'm at with the Brooklyn Nets right now.
I agree.
Word. So, but you all right? So damn, I think we agreed on everything. You know what I'm saying? Shit. But but the Hero thing. What about him in a contract? You think if he play well, just pick him up next year, give him that extension post?
Oh man, that's a good question. I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, and then it all depends on how far out they want to go with the extension. So, I mean, if he outperforms his contract, why not? Why not? Negotiate and and try to extend them.
That's my thing. Like, but who we trading? And your trade package, because you don't want who almost convinced me for Hero to be on the team. Who you got? You know what I'm saying? Going to who leaving? Basically, who's getting traded?
I don't know. I think I said it before. My personal opinion, I think it's going to be Spencer and Royce.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Spencer and Royce.
Yeah, they like one of the older players on the team. I don't know if Royce is. I think he is, but I think Spencer's 30. So, they really trying to go young if they do that. And Tyler Hero is a young player. What, like 20 something?
Yeah, I think like 23, 24. He's like
early 20s.
Yeah, early 20s. He fits our timeline with Mikal, Cam Johnson, and Ben, all of them around Claxton is a little below them in age, but they all are in a pretty close proximity of each other in age.
You said they all what?
They're all pretty close in age.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, I'm not gonna lie. I like what they're doing. I like the league going young. I feel, and I said this in a different stream. I feel like the NBA went young these last, I don't know, 5 years, especially with this G League Ignite. That's basically, option. You know what I'm saying? Basically, the college draft ain't the only show in town no more. Is what I'm getting at.
Yep.
And
The
I
top
think
the top 5 picks showed you that.
And I'm saying I think the NBA just got a little more interesting because of it. Word. Hold on one second. Word. Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. Nah. Oh, you can hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, I was saying. Yeah, I was saying. Pardon. I apologize. It was an important call. Um, but what I wanted to ask you is, all right. Now that we know that the pick and roll, you know what I'm saying, is one of the better things that help teams win on the offensive side of the ball. You get one of the better offenses, you know what I mean? Now we really gotta consider, like, with Dinwiddie being a guy who had 10 assists, how long, you know what I'm saying, can we knock him? You know what I mean? Maybe he is the right guy. You know what I'm saying? Because 10 assists, some of that gotta be because of the pick and roll. You know, can Dinwiddie get us to the top of that list? Or we just, won't get better? Big Priest, you can pull up now if you want. I'm here. We here. Shout out to Notorious, man. We just talking basketball. Shout out to Andre B. I see you in the chat. But yeah, man. That pick and roll stat, man. I'm stuck on it, man. I need to pause. I need them to follow through with that. I don't know, man. You might be right. But we'll see. I think for what it's worth, maybe Hero, it does make the Heat more competitive in that final series if he's not injured. You know what I'm saying? We as Nets fans see what it's like with KD and Kyrie was injured in the playoffs. And I mean not KD, but Kyrie and even James Harden. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if he had that type of impact or not being there, but far as I heard from Miami fans, you know what I mean, he deserved the credit. But man, that shit gotta hurt. And the Nets are nice with nursing injuries, man. So I don't know, man. I would never go on record saying I know what they're gonna do, man. The Nets are unpredictable, bro. Facts. I can't call it, won't spoil it. But again, the one thing that I wanted to say back to what Lonnie said about basketball being therapeutic is I think the it is, you know what I mean? I've been in situations where, you know what I mean, you could just go to the park and be open and just be in your zone. I even seen that, I think, in the Iguodala interview, you know what I'm saying? And he even wrote a book. I seen him on the Breakfast Club, and Iguodala was like, you know what I mean? Sometimes this is all guys got. Dudes come out there, hoop, they get in their zone, they get away from whatever is troubling them with the world. You know what I'm saying? You see that in players. And I'm only saying that to say, that well, everything that happened with the media and the players with KD, Kyrie, and everything with Harden and everything like that, it's just good to see that it seemed like players look to hoop. You know what I mean? They want to follow through whatever they do it with basketball. They live basketball, and it seemed like we getting some true hoopers on the team, and I'm for it. That's all I'm saying, man. I'm for it, man. I'm glad that the character guys that Sean Marks was looking for, Jock Vaughn was looking for, we get that. You know what I mean? And somebody had a podcast earlier. I think it was FYF Sports, and I was gonna go on there, but I didn't get a chance. And they was asking about who gonna be the besides Victor V Dub, you know what I mean? Who's gonna be 5 draft picks that's gonna be nice, like sleepers. And I typed in the chat, Jalen Wilson, like, yo, man, he 4 years out of college. And on top of him being 4 years out of college, he had all these accolades. And I seen him play in the summer league. He aggressive. He can score the ball, and you can't leave him open for a 3. And he run. He pushed the pace, and he played defense. The best defense I seen on Isaiah Mobley, even though we lost that game, was when Jalen Wilson was guarding him. I did not even see him score on Jalen Wilson. The last basket, they didn't have Jalen Wilson on Isaiah Mobley.
That's a fact. They had Raekwon Gray ass on him.
Oh, see, you seen that, right? Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, nah, Jalen Wilson, he's taking somebody's spot, man. They gotta give him minutes. I know they're gonna give him minutes. I think DFS might be the odd man out. I ain't gonna front, man. But DFS is considerably taller than Royce O'Neal. You know, Royce O'Neal. I like Royce O'Neal though, man. I don't know, man. I don't think DSJ. You comfortable with DSJ?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Oh shit, man. Yo, Nets fans is the best fans. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And yo, man, I just want to say this, man. It feels good to just kick it, you know. A lot of times, you know what I'm saying. You hear me maybe debating and cooking and talking all of this fan and pan stuff. Nah, man. Oh, the stat that I read you was accurate, but it was only accurate for the playoffs. When you look at the same stat for the regular season, the Atlanta Hawks did lead the league in pick and rolls, but they weren't good. They weren't good at it. As a matter of fact, this whole thing is.
Oh, they weren't efficient at it. That's what you mean.
Let me see something. They ran the most, and there's a lot of teams that's not good. Let me show you this screen, because this is the regular season. The other stat that I showed you was the playoffs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why it looked the way it looked. But this is not the playoffs. This is the regular season. So I was kind of hyping it. But it did show that in the playoffs, the better teams ran the you know what I mean, the most pick and rolls. And maybe that's because they played the most games, because they were the 2 teams in the finals.
Exactly.
So maybe that stat was kind of jaded. But I brung it back though. I brung it back for you guys. Now they see the most is field goal attempts is by Atlanta Hawks. Then you got the Chicago Bulls. They weren't so good. Same with the Pistons, Hornets, and Grizzlies. You could say they were good. Rockets not so much. Cleveland Cavaliers, yeah, I guess. OKC, yeah, they were a tough act. Indiana, one time in the season they were tough to play. The Suns, it doesn't give to my point much, to be honest.
Right.
But the efficiency part, yeah, you see the better teams there running a pick and roll efficiently. They run the pick and roll with Dallas when they were playing a good brand of basketball. They were 55%. Then you got pretty much the better teams that do it, running it 50%. Half the time they run it, they scoring the ball. That's important. No bullshit. And the Charlotte Hornets, who had one of the worst records, they were last in that. We weren't that bad. We were like in the middle. It looked like we were like right in the middle. All right, so cool. The frequency. Let me see this stat. Atlanta Hawks again. Damn, they was running that pick and roll. Damn, but that don't win you a lot of games. They were mid. They needed more offense. I'm telling you, I like that Deontay Murray, but without them having heard of giving Trey Young that space, because the way Deontay Murray play, he play like he going to the basket, he faster than you, gonna get there faster, but it take away some of Trey Young's triple threat. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they offense slacked off. Seemed like since he came on that team, and I guess they tried to get busy with that pick and roll, but I don't know, it just wasn't hitting. And then John Collins wasn't hitting that three, so defenses know how to respond to that after a while. But again, my point in all of this is that the better teams are very efficient at the pick and roll. Facts. They don't always use it, is what I'm saying as well, though, too. So, the Atlanta Hawks, Chicago, Detroit, Houston, Charlotte, these teams, then you get like in the middle, you see them using it. So I don't know, man. It got to be a different offense then. You know what I mean? I don't know what kind of offense like the Brooklyn Nets should run though. You know what I'm saying? What kind of? I think we should. But what up, Big Priest?
What up with it?
Chilling. What I will say is this: I do want to see the Brooklyn Nets put pressure on the rim more than I want them to see. I want to see more 3-pointers. We shot like around 43 pointers a game last season. This season, for me, I want to see it go from 35 to 40 or 30 to 35, but not from 40 to 45 or 45 to 50. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to put more pressure on the rim. What up, though, Big Priest? Talk to me, man. What's good?
Yeah, I was just listening to you. You know what I mean? And I agree. But more so, I don't want to see Dinwiddie shooting threes. You know what I mean? I'm cool with Bridges, Cam Johnson, DFS, and the other dudes. I don't want to see Dinwiddie shooting threes.
Yo, y'all hilarious, man. Yo, y'all, but y'all, all right, can I make a bet with
y'all?
So
what you want Spencer doing? If he on this team, what you want him doing? What you want Spencer role to be? Big Priest.
He can run the pick and roll with Clacks. He can throw lobs. Whatever his role is, it don't need to be behind the 3-point line. It's just not there. I mean, him getting to the rim, doing this and that, that's cool. I'm cool with that. But that 3-point shit, nah.
Yeah, no more step back threes.
Right. Now, I can't even be mad at that. You know what I'm saying? As I go to his 3-point percentage, it ain't that stellar. You know what I mean?
He's very inefficient from the 3-point line.
Right.
I mean, he got better at, you know what I mean, hitting Claxton for the little lobs and whatnot. He got better at that. I can't be mad at him for that. You know what I mean? But, I mean, he need to take a cue from Ben Simmons sometimes. Don't shoot that bitch. I mean, just swing at the Bridges. I mean, and I think that was part of the problem with me, because Bridges would be hot and then this dude would be jacking up that shit, and that just nope.
No, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I feel you see his percentages. His best years as a 3-point shooter was with Dallas. Like y'all said, when he was, Luka.
But some of that shit be lucky, like last minute shots and this and that. It wasn't like he was just a good shooter. I don't think he ever been. He ain't never been a high 30s 3-point shooter. You know what I'm saying? Never.
Now he got 1 year. He got 2 years. He got 2 years, and those 2 years was with Dallas, and that's when Luka was drawing all those doubles. Drawing all those doubles, and he was wide open for 3. You know what I'm saying? Even you can even see. Other than that, you're right, bro. He wasn't he wasn't a good
cool.
At all, bro.
I'm cool with Dariq Whitehead shooting threes. I'm cool with Cam Thomas shooting threes. I'm cool with Spence shooting threes. I'm cool with Royce shooting threes. I'm cool with DFS shooting threes. What's this new kid, Jalen Wilson? I'm cool with Jalen Wilson shooting threes. I don't want to see this dude shooting threes.
Right, anybody but him, right?
But if he's wide open, or if it's like let me see. I'm gonna be fair. At a between 1 and 3 attempts per game clip, somewhere in there, I can live with that. In the 1 to 3 clip, you know what I mean? If you make all 3, you could shoot another one. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But
yeah, nah, real talk. Listen, man. Shout out to Big Priest, man. He talking basketball, man. Anybody but Dinwiddie taking the 3 ball, man.
But that's the Rick Whitehead game, so I'm cool with him. He always been a knockdown shooter. I don't know what if he gonna be able to do it immediately at the NBA level, but and it's not just him, because I don't want to see Dennis Smith Jr. shooting threes either.
Nah, he's the same. He's known for not hitting that 3 ball. He put pressure on the rim. I think we got Armani Brooks because of the way he played in the summer league. He was knocking down clutch 3-pointers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like what he was doing. Yeah.
So they added him to a 2-way contract. When I looked and seen what a 2-way contract is, it's like you could work on you could be at the G League and the NBA.
But what do you think of the roster?
I think we need to keep Cam Thomas because he's a shot creator. And I don't know, man. I kind of like what they did. I just feel like you got to let DFS come off of the bench. You got Cam Johnson starting. And if you do that and you keep him at 4, that's good, because then DFS could be the backup center. You don't want to put Day'Ron Sharpe as the backup center. I think it's really up to Jacque Vaughn on who he gives minutes and to say how good this team really is. We already seen a lot of talent leave and play well. So you don't want that to happen again. So we gotta tread lightly. We gotta be careful.
Yesterday I was on shows, joint, and I had to try to call off the Wolves because they was like, you know what, DeAndre Ayton for Claxton trade would be great.
Wow.
And I was like, nah, it won't. It's not. It wouldn't be great because it's not gonna happen. So y'all go ahead and sometimes you gotta kill pipe dreams, because we not doing it. We not trading Claxton for DeAndre Ayton. They said Claxton is untouchable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not taking on another big contract like that on a disgruntled player. Let's try to fix this one disgruntled player that we brought in, and then we can go from there. I try to tell you, if we get a decent Ben Simmons, that changes our whole team dynamic, because we got good scores with Bridges and them guys. But if we get a locked in Ben Simmons that's healthy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. I keep hearing this and that about, if he coming back healthy. Nobody wanna confirm or deny that he coming back healthy. It's just, just a talk around town. Everybody,
what the town saying? Because I'm down in Atlanta right now. I'm not in the town, so what they saying?
They say, I'm just talking about the internet, social media, and
okay. Thought you hearing some shit around the Barclays, like he.
Now over there, they say the same thing. I'll be over there by the Barclays. I actually be over there, so they do be saying the same thing. Everybody's speculating whether or not he's gonna come back healthy, because he missed a whole year, and then they kind of contrasting it to Michael Porter Jr., saying like, he took that long, and we shouldn't be mad at Simmons.
He did.
He was out for, I think, maybe 2 years or something like that.
Yeah, I think Simmons tried to rush back because of the prospects of him, KD, and Kyrie, and the ability to compete for a championship. And I put compete in air quotes, because I didn't see us competing for a championship, because I knew that shit was a ticking time bomb. You know what I'm saying? So, and that team with those players did not handle adversity well. So when Kevin Durant got hurt again, I knew it was a wrap.
Right.
I knew it was a wrap.
So it looked like Michael Porter Jr. came into the league in 2019, 2020. and he 21 last season is the season he got injured. It seemed like,
Yeah.
but his injury looked like he came back in one season. So in 2019, he came to the
No, it was like a year and a half
a
because
year
he
and a half.
didn't. Yeah, it was like a year and a
But
half.
he must have got the injury late in 2021,
I think.
2020, 2021 season.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he got and he played big minutes too. You know, he played 31 minutes in that season, and the next season he played 29 minutes. So he's playing
Because
big.
Ben and he's more his ability to shoot the ball at his height. That injury won't hurt him like it hurts Ben. Because um Ben's whole game is about getting downhill, getting to the rim, going through contact, doing all those things. Ben has never been a shooter. I don't want to make Ben a shooter. I'm cool with that. He don't have to go to J Kid trajectory. But um
Okay.
with Ben having the game being so derived around physicality, he has to that back got to be as healthy as it can be. And like I said, he was playing. He tried to come back quicker because of the team dynamic, right? And I give him credit for that. You know what I mean? But um, I wasn't mad at them shutting him down. I mean, hey,
Yeah, no, that
we
makes
still
sense.
got 2 years on that contract, and
Right.
you don't want to lose a whole nother year playing in some shit that don't matter. I
Yeah.
didn't think this team was gonna win in the playoffs. I was just glad that we got there, and we can get him healthy and see. People forget what Ben Simmons was doing without Embiid on the floor. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Nah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I agree, bro. And again, I try to get excited, but I ain't gonna lie, as a Nets fan last season, what I mean? I was hurt that he ain't played in the playoffs when we was in Boston, for one. Then for two, for him to, what I mean, we just got a little sample, I guess, you know what I'm saying? I'm playing last season. And even with that, I feel like he wasn't really confident or healthy or something, maybe a little bit
Yeah,
of both.
yeah.
And I think maybe him not being healthy is what's bothering his confidence, because he don't feel
That's
like he can play at that elite
exactly,
level he was at. You know what I'm saying? I
exactly.
think it's more of that. You know what I'm saying? And I just think the business side and the media, it do impact his perspective on it, because he's young, and I just think it gave him a life that he wanted, and he's seen a lot in life. And I wonder if his heart was in it at one time. You know what I mean? I wondered if his heart was still in it. Like, do you care? Do you still want to hoop? You know what I'm saying? But
Because let me ask you something.
it's
Because
hard to
this
say,
is
man.
if we get a Philadelphia version of Ben Simmons, he's probably the best player on the team. You think?
Yeah, we get that. He got a midi, and he put pressure on the rim every play, and he pushed the pace. I think we at top five, and even if it's number five, well, I'll just say 5 through 10. You know what I mean? I'll say a good 7. I think we like 6 or 7 in offense in the league if we get that Ben Simmons back. But with
Yeah.
him doing the conditioning, seeing him practice with Hero, you seen that? Did you see that clip?
Yeah.
If so, that means he out there hooping. So if he hooping and he getting some reps in, that means something. Hold on.
And they clearly said that they are not including him in no hero traits. I was glad they finally said it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how the media rumors was and all this and that. I was glad they finally said that he's not. No, he's not a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
I mean, this dude, he's a real talk. His mental is fragile.
yeah. I mean, listen, yeah, yeah. But you know what? Again, like, I don't know if I can speak for you, but what I will say is that I was around before the social media era, and I know what it is to communicate without social media. Like, I could detach myself from it and say, all right, the camera is not on me. But if you from this generation, Big Priest, you might feel like the camera's always on you, always watching, and
Dude,
you
I'm
just feel
40
like
years
you ain't.
old. So
Oh, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
so this I prefer the previous era. We can only imagine if Mike life was broadcasted through social media, through Instagram, through Twitter, through I mean, we might look at Mike completely different. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I mean, like the stuff that you hear after the fact, you're just like, oh my God, how could he have done that? And we'll laugh about it now, but that's because it wouldn't be under the scrutiny of the social media.
yeah.
Like, if you heard that Mike gambled Jamal Crawford and got a call from Jamal Crawford, you say, oh my God, you're a monster. Like,
Yeah.
oh, give him his car back. You know what I'm saying?
You don't need it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like
So
social media will try to cook him, try to cancel him, like make him
and
some
all
type
them
of
relationships and all
gambling,
this and
right?
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like oh
So
my God, he gambled it. How could you gamble the car? How's he gonna get to work? You know what I'm
yeah. So
saying? Like what? So I don't know, man.
I agree, man. I think this social media and he's one of them that was part of his fame, you know. And then now every time he go on social media, I hope he this taught him something. You need to be able to disconnect. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
he needs to focus on his job. That's
yeah,
that's the thing.
right.
It's
Go to
not, and
work,
it's
man.
already starting off bad, Breezy. The Yankees look like shit, man. I mean, I need a healthy Ben Simmons on the Nets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fact, man. I had asked this question the other day, and I include the New York Liberty. You know, I'm the WNBA is growing on me. I'm starting to like it a little more and more.
That Liberty team got a shot to win the chip.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Who you think the next team for New York to win the chip? Win the chip?
Hmm.
Is it the
Right
Liberty? They look
now,
like they got
it's
the best
between the
chance.
Liberty and the Jets.
He said the Jets. The Jets is looking that good.
It's between the Liberty and the Jets.
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
not gonna say the Rangers because I'm a Devils fan. So you know what I mean.
Oh
So
yeah, nah, I don't really watch hockey, but shout to hockey. They be
nah,
going
I
to the
mean them. I know it's a different fan base, but from everything that I hear, like they say them Rangers games be lit. So
yeah. Nah, I
when
mean,
I when I
I,
go, cause they play in the Garden if I'm not mistaken. So if I'm up there during hockey season, I might try to see what it's about. You know what I
yo,
mean?
what up, Reggie? Yeah, yo, he funny, man. This-
Just see what it's about. See them jokers in there lit, drunk, acting a fucking fool. You know. But
he funny as hell. This dude Reggie,
who a
man.
fanboy? Oh my god.
Nah, that he talked about some clips of me and him. Me and him was going at it, and I was talking the difference between a fanboy and fanhood, and saying that if you got a play, if you're a fan that just follows a player, you're a fanboy, and if you're a fan that follows a team, that's fanhood. So I was just
Nah,
separating
Breezy,
the
you
difference.
never. You ain't no fanboy. You know what I mean? You ain't no.
No. I know, but I was calling him that because I was, you know what I
Oh,
mean.
okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah, we
but
already know what it is. We saw what the
yeah,
fanboyisms was when all them dudes ran to Phoenix with KD, or ran to Dallas with Kyrie. You know what I mean? It was either or
yeah,
ran to Philly with Harden. We saw all the fanboy shit, and then all that shit dissipated. So that's
yeah,
cool. I
yeah,
got
man.
all them niggas got up out of the. You know what I mean? We look. If you ain't about the team, man, good riddance. You know what I mean? So
Facts, facts, man. That's friends is the best friends. I'll be trying to tell him, man, but you know, teach his own, man. And again, I like talking basketball, man, but sometimes these fans be getting out of hand. I be having to put them in the paint. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
But
that's why I thought you was gonna be in that little debate thing Mook had going.
yo, I ain't know about it until I seen it. I was watching it. I seen Big Ox lose. Big Ox lost that first round. You should have seen his face. He was like, "Fuck out of here! How I lose that?" Because he looked tight. It was him versus Moss, and both of them was making valid points. But I had like caught some of it. I got most of it, but like I like jumped in. I think I missed a little bit of it, so I can't debate it to say who won or not. I just gotta
I think
watch
Herm debate.
I should recap.
In my opinion, in my humble opinion, you should. I think, in my humble opinion, Herm won the debate simply off the strength that old
Herm
dude
versus
Combs
who?
and shit was.
It was Dottie Boy or some shit, right?
Yeah, Naughty. Yeah,
Naughty Boy. Okay, talk to me.
just off the simple strength, the dude like equipment was fucking up. You can't come in a debate, Combs jacked up, this and that. That's an automatic DQ for me. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, that's it, and I agree. Talk your shit, Big Priest.
Now he might have had a better argument.
You know, they need to have a better judge system too. You know what I'm saying? I know he got down pack at the fucking time. You could just like, yeah, nigga, that's the easy part. You know what I'm saying? But the hard part is having judges that's not.
You got to take all that into account. If you don't use all your time,
right.
If you know what I mean, if your communications ain't on point.
I don't need no more time. Yo, I'm eating the whole clock. Yo,
I'm telling you,
Big Priest,
you get docked for that.
I'm gonna be on one of them, man. I'm gonna be on
no
one
doubt.
of them debating somebody.
And to have a Nets fan go in there and dominate the whole shit would be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That's what I already called out True the King, just for nothing. You know, and I'm saying, I seen him beat Big Ox, and I was like, yo, you
Leaf, what up?
You
Priest, what's good? What's good with y'all?
Yo, what up, Leaf? What's good?
Hey, yo, Leaf, I saw you over there on Chill Town. You know what I mean? Holding it down.
Yeah, definitely. Shit was going funky, bro. Till Ticket showed up and dominated, as usual. But we was actually getting into it about like what's the definition of a franchise player, and basically they created they three own criteria. You got to be a top generation or like top pick to for a team to build around. 1, 2, you got to enhance that team, and 3, the organization got to build around you. And I mentioned 3 people.
Mikal Bridges, franchise player potential. No doubt.
Look, I brought up Kevin Love from Minnesota.
I
brought up Sharif Abdul-Rahim from the Grizzlies. And I brought up Antonio McDyess from Denver. And somehow, some way, he got it in.
I would get that one to Reef.
But just of course the talent. But here's the thing: we all remember.
And he took that team to the playoffs as well.
No, he did not. No,
he had one playoff run in him. No, come on, man. We can't say.
Not on
so Reef ain't never make the playoffs on the Grizzlies.
No,
I gotta check that.
They were in Vancouver the whole time. No, they didn't make the playoffs.
I think he made an 8 seed in that. No, I know McDyess did.
McDyess didn't make an 8 seed neither. The closest one was Kevin Love, because remember that was that season when he had was leading the league in double doubles and everything, and then Rubio had got hurt, and then they basically lost the rest of the games. So my thing is,
you telling me Reef ain't never make the playoffs in Vancouver?
I don't think Reef ever made the playoffs with I think until he got to.
He didn't make it till he got to Atlanta. He still was the best player on Atlanta.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm talking about the Grizzlies, his Grizzlies career. Just going back to that, I say that those players wasn't franchise.
Cause you got to think about it, yo. When he got to Atlanta, he was 25.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm talking about the Grizzlies. This is why I mentioned.
He was still a young cat in the Grizzlies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was. But my thing was, how could they have been franchise players when they didn't lift anything? They was basically good. Like they was.
But see, he was. Let me tell you why with Reef. and I'm explaining it for you real quick. With Reeve, he was still a young guy, right? He led that Atlanta Hawk team. I mean, that's a team that had guys like Theo Ratliff and you know what I mean, cats like that. You can't really count. You know what I mean? That team didn't even stay in Vancouver. You know what I mean?
They didn't.
So
when they left Vancouver, that's when he left.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You had cats like Coach Nazi Muhammad. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Jason Terry.
I mean, he had a young Jason Terry. He had a young Jason Terry. You beat me to it. He had a young Jason Terry, but he carried that team to the playoffs. Was an all-star, all that. So I would give him, you know what I mean? I would give him some what is that? I would give him some
praise, some praise towards being like a franchise player. My thing is like the definition of a franchise player, even though the team.
But nah, wait. When you think about it, franchise player. No, I can't get at either of them. None of them.
Yeah, I can't get that.
I like Reef.
Because
I like Reef, but I can't get at none of them.
I like Reef too because here's the thing. The reason why I can't get in none of them because Vince Carter was taking the Raptors to the playoffs when T-Mac went down to Orlando. And he was taking them to the playoffs.
He was, I mean, even when T-Mac was on the squad, he was just a baby.
Yeah,
he wasn't,
exactly.
You know what I mean? He wasn't putting up numbers in Toronto.
And Vince was still, and Vince was the
no,
man.
Vince is most definitely a franchise player.
Yes. Baron
Dude,
Davis
when he came to the Nets, I thought we was winning the chip.
Baron Davis was taking the Hornets to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So
you know that.
This is my.
Was y'all Nets fans back then?
When
I was
what?
definitely a Nets fan when Vince got to
when it was J Kidd and Vince and all them guys.
Yeah.
I wasn't blogging and no shit like that.
My guy.
Yeah, but as a kid, I'm telling you, like I like a lot of teams, but Vince was one of those guys that made me like the Nets. And him and Kidd. Like I'm telling you, man, Vince was a beast before he came to the Nets, man. I was following Vince since he went to the Olympics, man. When he went to the Olympics
when
and
he jumped over, buddy.
Yeah, man, it was over. Yeah. He had the slam dunk contest champion, man.
Yeah, Vince was wild. Vince made me like really like I ain't gonna lie. AI was my guy. AI was my hero. Yeah. Vince, like, he made me think he did shit on the court I ain't even think was possible. Like I'm like, yo, who the fuck? I'm like, yo, this motherfucker. I'm like, yo, did you see the shit that he just did? I'm like this nigga up there all long enough to eat a sandwich. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
he up out of nowhere.
Yeah, and I had seen Fluent and Chill. Vince Carter mom was there, and she said that Vince Carter got a book, or she got a book. So I want to read her book, and I'm reading the book now about when Vince Carter was on the Nets. I'm gonna get to that too, since I know y'all interested in Vince Carter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what I missed before I got up in here, because I know y'all like an hour in. What was I talking about before then?
I was just saying, I was talking about a lot, man. I was talking about Lonnie Walker in the interview he had on Voice of the Nets. And you know, I want you to kind of watch it for us to recap it together. The kind of same way you was telling me about that thing with Wilt. I want to watch that on Showtime and then recap it with you. But it's a lot to unpack in that interview. But in a nutshell, I think he's going to be a good locker room guy, a glue guy. You know, keep the team focused on basketball. You know what I'm saying? Keep the team focused on hooping. You know what I mean? And I think that's what we're going to get with out of Lonnie Walker. But in the short of it. But we'll recap that. You know, and then we'll do the Will, and I'll do the Will one too. Shout out to Leaf. You know what I mean?
Hold on. Before we move on, bro, we got to get to that bullshit you was talking about yesterday, dog. Hold up, Priest. So,
who?
Priest, you there? Yeah.
Who? You talking about me?
No. What Breezy was telling me yesterday.
Well, talk to me.
Oh.
Listen to this. So
I was like, I don't never talk bullshit.
Look. No. You gotta hear this. His idea, right, is to start Cam Johnson right at the 4. Start Mikel at the 3. Start Cam Thomas at the 2. Dinwiddie at the 1. Clax at the 5. He wants the ball in half court sets and situations and shit, and full court situations. He wants the ball in Cam Thomas's hands. Mind you, we got Mikal Bridges, best player on the team, and we got Cam Johnson, who we just paid $100 million. I need to know your thoughts on this shit, bro. Oh man.
Now
What's the 5 again?
He got some of it right, but
the 5 again is this. It's Clax at the 5, Cam Johnson at the 4, Mikel at the 3, Cam Thomas at the 2, Dinwiddie at the 1. I need to know what's your thoughts on that, bro.
I would be cool with that if Ben Simmons wasn't on the squad, for the simple fact that I would be cool with that. But you paying Ben Simmons almost $40 million, and that plays a factor. You're not really bringing. If we move Ben Simmons, right? Then I can see that. But they probably gonna start the player that they get for Ben Simmons. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So real talk, I know this ain't gonna happen, but I would rather see Dinwiddie come off the bench and lead the second unit.
That's what I said.
Facts.
That's what I said.
So who's the point guard then?
Ben Simmons.
I mean, all right, say he not healthy then. I'm thinking all health. I'm thinking all health. I'm not trying to until I hear that he's not gonna play, right? I'm gonna assume that he's gonna play. No, that's fair, bro. That's fair, because I'm not gonna lie,
because of Dinwiddie's shot jacking, I would rather him be with the second unit. With Ben Simmons, I know he's gonna get the ball to Cam Johnson. I know he's gonna get the ball to Mikel. I know he's going, he's a better lob thrower to throw lobs to Clax.
So Ben Simmons is gonna put them in better positions to score as opposed to them scoring like straight up ice. Okay, all right, I get what you're saying towards that.
Yeah. That defensive lineup without excluding Cam Thomas. That defensive lineup would be, welcome to the Uso Penitentiary. You know what I mean? That shit gonna be crazy.
Hell, you're lock and key, right? You lucky you get 20 points, man. Facts.
If you got Ben, Mikel, Cam, and Clax on the floor, I don't even care about Cam Thomas. You know what I mean? You can put him somewhere and hire him.
Cam Thomas.
Right,
you can hire him.
Right, he don't have to play this excellent, amazing defense. Come on, to be in the starting lineup,
he gonna have to play some defense, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
We got Clax and Mikal Bridges, both of them notably known for their defense.
And Cam Johnson and
See, Breeze shit is he want Mikel to play more defense, and he want Cam Thomas to handle more of the offensive level.
Yeah, but I see what you're saying, but even Mikel, if we got a healthy Ben, this is the thing that we're missing. If we got a healthy Ben Simmons, Mikel don't have to guard the best perimeter guy.
That's a fact.
I think Ben Simmons is gonna guard. I think Ben Simmons is gonna anchor more in the passing lane, and I think Mikel is gonna guard like the the ball handler at the top.
Because I'll tell you what, it was pissing me off.
Y'all making a lot of sense. I'm not going front. Y'all making a lot. It was
pissing me off when he had Mikel picking up full court, to start the game.
He's the best dude to do that.
I get it, but he's also our best scorer. So I'm not finna wear him out.
Okay, all right. So what
guard 94 feet.
So what you're saying is, if Mikel is gonna guard 94 feet, you need Cam Thomas in there to score more
No, I don't
Mikel,
want him going 94 feet. If you
you
want
don't
Ben
want him
Simmons
going
to do
94
that.
feet at all. That's what you're saying.
No, if you want Ben Simmons to do that, that's cool. Because Ben Simmons can do that too.
Who just came off a back injury, bro? And you got Mikel who
Hey.
never missed a game.
Yeah, and I want to keep it that way. He wasn't going 94 feet for his whole time on the court in Phoenix. And he was their best defender in Phoenix.
No, hold on. I wanted to just slow it down to what you said, because I seen an interview with Ben Simmons and JJ Redick. He said, yo, a lot of people don't appreciate what I do. Everybody focus on me shooting the 3-ball. But what about me guarding the best offensive player to help my team? And
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely right. Mikal Bridges won't have to be that number one perimeter defender if Ben Simmons is in the lineup. So yeah, you guys making y'all. I agree with y'all when
So wait.
The only way that I can see him having to do that, right, is if you're playing like a Milwaukee, because and this is assuming health, of course. So they're gonna probably match up Ben on Giannis, and then in that scenario, Mikal would guard like a Drew Holiday. You know what I mean?
Okay, so let me get this straight. Y'all want Ben Simmons, who just came off a back injury, to pick up 94 feet instead of Mikal?
I don't want let me be clear. I don't want to pick up 94 feet at all unless we down 15. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. I mean, that's just crazy. That is a lot of stress on the body. I want to run good half court defensive sets.
I get you. You're 100% right. I mean, but who better to do it than the NBA starter, than the top defender? Like, I mean,
I think, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I think Ben Simmons is better defender than Mikal Bridges. So this is what my thoughts. But again, it's all thinking about health, right?
Okay, I understand it.
And I would take the over.
Yeah, I'm about to say I'm taking this bet right here.
I would take the over.
I'm taking the over on the Brooklyn Nets, man. I think we get 38 wins. Like, stop it. They really try to.
If we're not gonna get that, we're not gonna make the playoffs.
Like, didn't we get 40 something last year? Like, come on.
Right, we had 42. And again,
I think our wins is going to come on the defensive end. Everybody talking about putting up all these points and this and that and scoring all these points and yada yada yada. Man, if we getting over 100, we gonna win that game. If we get 102, we winning that game, because that our defensive. And then you coming off the bench with defensive stoppers like DFS and Royce O'Neal, and then what he can can jack up shots for the second unit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
yeah, of course.
So and then once we get Noah Clowney, probably gonna be in the G League to start off, but I already saw glimpses of his defensive potential in that summer league.
Jalen Wilson is the only person that's getting guaranteed a roster spot off that summer league team.
Nah, that's a fact.
That's the only.
Even we had guys like David Duke Jr. that probably ain't gonna be on the team, but he could. If we bring him back, he can lock up. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
Our defensive potential 1 through 10 can be elite outside of Cam Thomas.
Absolutely, yes, except for Cam Thomas. But absolutely. But here's the thing. I think we done got rid of just about all the defensive liabilities except for Cam Thomas, obviously. But because
all them dudes gone. Patty Mills gone. Seth Curry gone. Joe Harris gone. We ain't playing none of them dudes no more. Thank God. We ain't got to see them dudes on the court no more.
Absolutely.
And especially Joe Harris, 9 hitting 3-point shots winning big games ass.
Yeah, funny as hell, man.
We playing the Charlotte Hornets. We playing the Charlotte Hornets. This dude making 9 threes. We're like, God damn, Joe.
Right.
We play Milwaukee. He hitting a -2. Like, come on, man.
Talking shit, Big Priest. Talking shit.
That's basically what it is, man. The lights just too bright. I'm like, all right, whatever. Just get rid of them. And we got rid of them.
Nah, if we playing a bad team, he would smoke their ass. You know what I mean?
10 for 10.
And
that's 10 for 10 versus who, right? The Charlotte Hornets. I'm crying.
And then we playing, and then when he went to bed versus the Knicks, he had to go. Like, nah, you can't come in here.
Said when he went to bed versus the Knicks, he had to go.
Absolutely. Yo, I was almost done with Mikal Bridges when he missed that shot versus the Knicks. And then we lost bad too. I was like, oh nah, I don't know if I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying? Then he redeemed
That
himself
was
versus the
Dinwiddie's
game.
one saving grace, the way he performed versus the Knicks. I was like, okay, okay. But he performed like shit versus the other thing. This dude was hitting threes, but then that kind of got him. You know what I mean? When he had them good first 3 quarters, and he thought he was
I
hot.
don't even want Dinwiddie to have the ball coming off the bench. I don't want the
But the
ball in his
crazy
hands
thing
at all.
about that Nick game, that first Nick game after the trade, because that was a close game up until the fourth quarter. So when Dinwiddie had a hot first 3 quarters and he was knocking down shots, I think he had like 28 going into the fourth, something like
I
that.
think he had like
Something like that,
14
yeah.
in with the third quarter, I think. Something like that, yeah.
And he
He was
just
heating
thought
up.
he was Kyrie after that. Fuck the
So
game up.
so let me think about this lineup. Let me get back to this lineup real quick. So just all health. That's what Priest was going on.
I'm
So we
always
got
assume health
all right, so Ben
until
Simmons,
I know otherwise.
Ben Simmons, Cam Thomas, Mikal, Cam Johnson, Nick Claxton starting 5. Think about who we got off the bench. Somebody ain't gonna get some playing time. So we got Lonnie.
I would
DS
rather, and if you want to
DS
know the
Baby
truth,
just
for
signed.
me, I would rather start Royce O'Neal and just use him as a spot up shooter. But that's just me. But
Wait, who we
that
starting
defense
Royce O'Neal
over Cam Thomas.
who we just paid $100 million?
Cam Thomas, not Cam Johnson.
Oh, Cam Thomas. Oh, bugger. Okay, all right, got you. All right. I mean, that could work. Listen, I mean,
Because then
I
you
don't
can
really.
put Dinwiddie and Cam Johnson or Cam Thomas on the court together. We could bring either one of them as the first man off the
I
bench,
feel
and,
like
and
if
I think
listen, at full health, Ben Simmons and Cam Thomas in the backcourt. I don't really listen. I don't disagree with it. Dinwiddie is what I had a problem with. I don't want the
I
ball in his
mean,
hands at all.
Cam Thomas showed me enough as a 3-point shooter, and he's fearless. He can knock. He's very good at catch and shoot. You know what I'm saying? He don't, but he get the
Yeah.
ball and he be just trying to do all that other shit. Like, you don't got to do all that. You can catch and
No,
shoot the ball.
I think in terms of catch and shoot, that's going to be Mikal and Cam Johnson's job. I think
No, they
in
they
turn,
good at that too. But Cam Thomas improved a lot at that this year. So, and because he was playing off of KD and Kyrie, so he kind of had to. But yeah, I can see, and Dinwiddie is not good at that. He will brick that shit all day. So yeah, we cannot.
Dinwiddie is a catch and go player more than he is. I want him.
And then he pissed me off too, because when he gets to the rim and misses the layup, he always looking for a foul. Like, dude, just make the layup.
I feel like we should trade him for a big, bro. Like, for real. Right now.
Oh, they didn't try to trade Dinwiddie.
Look, you see that? I just want y'all to recognize that Cam Thomas is all of the speculation and everything everybody say. He is one of the 4 players left, man. They're gonna build around him. Cam Thomas at 2 guard. I hope it
Oh, that's
sounds
the
nice to
squad,
leave
huh?
because this is gonna be the
Wow.
he's gonna be part of the starting 5. You see Clax there. Look at all of those players that's gone. They gotta take a new picture.
Yo, is that
Like,
Goran Dragic?
yeah.
Yeah, that's the old picture.
We
Yeah.
had Goran Dragic.
Damn, they even did it to DDJ. Why they do it to DDJ like that? Yeah. DDJ definitely not coming back, but I think he
I
found us
don't know
working
who that dude on the far left is.
Joe Harris, for record. Oh no. Oh, that's Bruce Brown.
Nah. Yeah.
Far
No.
left, Bruce
The
Brown.
one that's still highlighted. Because you said there's only 4 guys.
Oh, that's Dayron
Clax.
Sharp. It's Dayron Sharp, Ben Simmons, Nick Claxton, and Cam Thomas.
I'll be honest with you. The only way Cam Thomas is going to be a part of the only way Cam Thomas is going to be a part of this equation, and this probably won't happen, bro. Like, I'm optimistic, is if he starts in the start of the season, the beginning of the season. And I'm not
You see
optimistic
Ben
that that's
Simmons
happening.
buy a goddamn Bugatti or some shit. You need to be by a basketball goal.
Exactly. But everything, I think everything about Cam Thomas' success, bro, like it's gonna be catapulted. It's gonna be like even more forwarded and catapulted what Ben Simmons is health wise coming in this season.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you,
Like
buddy.
everything about it.
You know?
Because if Cam Thomas is out there, bro,
And you saw that, right?
If Dinwiddie
On
is in the
the
backcourt, bro.
story that the Nets expect Ben Simmons to be fully healthy for training camp.
Where you see that? What story? Where you see that at?
That was from the 9th. What's today? The 20th. So
Yeah. Oh, word. They expect them to be fully healthy.
yep.
Nice.
I mean, shit, you could expect them all you want.
No, they went down to Miami and met with him.
You got to go down to Miami to go meet with him. That's
because that's where he was rehabbing at.
Oh.
Maybe he was getting that LeBron rehab in Miami. You know what I mean?
Oh shit. Oh boy, that is not good. That is not good.
Nah, LeBron came back big as hell, dunking on everybody. Shit, you know what I mean? He took the 2 weeks off in Miami, man. Came back Superman. Look,
Yeah, LeBron
that's
was
good.
doing LeBron was doing EPOs and shit, bro. Like, that don't count. Yeah.
That's why I said maybe he down there doing that LeBron rehab. Hey, you know what I mean?
All right, listen.
Yeah.
If he doing that LeBron rehab off a back injury, LeBron ain't never had no back injury. We gotta remember that.
Hey, they got he might have some medicine that can, you know what I mean? That's that good medicine, you feel me?
I don't know who recovered off.
It's been a bad couple days though, bro. I mean, the Nets getting swept. I mean, not the Nets, but the Yankees getting swept by the Angels and shit. I'm like, what is we doing?
Man, that hurt.
We ain't doing right. That's what we not doing. But
we fuck around, get Shohei Ohtani. You already know what it is.
Niggas is trying to niggas is trying to trade for niggas to a team that beat us, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Hey, that dude is the best player in the league right now since Judge hurt.
He definitely is, man. But I'm saying, like, what the fuck? What the Yankees think this is? The Steinbrenner era, bro? Like, nigga.
No, that's what I wanted to be again. Shit.
This is y'all. This is y'all keep talking about.
That's the Ben Simmons I want. That's the one I want. Look at that. Woo! That's the one I want. Look at him. Look at him. Woo woo. Look at him. Woo woo.
Let's go. Damn, he hooping for real though.
Yeah, he was.
Look how that dude was. Look at that dude was balling until Philly fucked him up. Look at that.
Philly fucked him up.
Yeah, that coach and shit. He got, he one of the young dudes that's fragile. You know what I mean? Back in the day, you know what I mean. You could tell niggas. You know what I mean? Like Ben Simmons couldn't play with Michael Jordan. No. Physically, he could, but Michael Jordan would have that dude. That dude would not.
Yeah. Mentally, yeah,
nah.
He one of them. Listen, I really don't like them pat on the back niggas at all. Be honest with you, but listen.
But that's how this AAU era is.
Well, yeah, it is, but
because you know how AAU work. Oh, the coach said this to me, and then the dad or the mom take him to another team. You know what I mean? That shit's soft as fuck.
Yeah, but that nigga from Australia, bro, like he
still he still came over here and played AAU ball. He didn't go to high school in Australia.
You're right, he didn't.
Okay,
and that kind of messed his momentum up, man, because like Patty Mills ain't.
Well, look where LaMelo ball. For instance, they said he couldn't do something in high school. This nigga got taken to Lithuania.
That's a fact. That's a fact, though.
That's what AAU boy is. Like, come on, man, get out of here.
AAU, as soon as you come down on the player, tell them the truth about themselves, man. They get to cry and go somewhere else.
And that's especially why that dude couldn't play with Mike. Because Ben Simmons, all that talent he got, Mike would be on his ass and this dude would quit ASAP.
For real, man. Like that tough love shit, man. You can't do that to niggas these days, man. Yeah, like that ain't none of that. You try that shit, man, your ass be traded, man. For real.
I can't watch these Kyrie highlights, Breezy. Can't watch no nigga highlights that's in another team, man. That shit, you know what I mean? It's just,
It is.
it's tough,
It
man.
is. It is tough, definitely. Shit. Let me go charge
And they
this.
didn't do, and you know, real talk. Like I said, what I was finna say, Leaf. I was telling Breezy,
Yeah, I'm right here. Shout out to Leaf. He said you're gonna charge his phone. Go ahead.
oh,
Listen
okay,
to
cool,
you.
cool. But yeah, I was finna say, man, but like when KD got hurt, I knew that shit was over with because these dudes,
Yeah.
none of these dudes can handle adversity. So,
I think
that was the real trial period for Kyrie Irving for the
right,
contract.
right, right. And he was hooping, but at the end of
But
the
we was
day,
losing.
right, exactly. And they wouldn't put Cam Thomas next to him. It was like, and I remember that run. Kyrie was playing so many big minutes, and it was like, yeah, contract wise, it looked nice, but like you said, as a fan, we not winning no games, or we losing too many games for it to matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it made sense for him to get that money, but not from the Brooklyn Nets. I think the Brooklyn Nets did the right
yeah.
thing by not paying Kyrie just because they
Because
trying to
we
take the
can't
gravity back from the players. You know what I mean? They need to work things
that,
out.
and like I said, I'm almost expecting people talking about Ben Simmons' health. It was getting to the point where we can almost expect a KD injury that puts him out 2 months every year.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, and we'll have just him and Kyrie, and where he go out for 2 months, we not winning no games with just Kyrie. You know what I
Nah, that's a
mean? Not no meaningful games. So we
yo
was
Ben
literally
Simmons, something else. Bro.
when Harden was invested, we was literally winning more games with just Harden than I think just KD or Kyrie. You
Nah, we was 20. We was 20. I can't let you do that. We was
No, I
like
said when
28.
he was invested, not when he
Oh,
started tanking.
yeah, because I remember KD record was like 21-9 without Kyrie or James Harden. He was hooping. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's why I said that's why you gotta, and that's the problem with Harden too. You gotta always put that caveat. So when he was invested, Harden looked like the MVP of the league with us.
He was hooping. I felt like he had a lot of turnovers, but he was out there playing ball. But again, it was same thing for him. I just feel like they be contract minded. Like, yo, if I put up these numbers, this is how he win. But he was hooping with them.
Leonardo.
He said you all pay Cam Johnson, who's overweight, all that.
That's, Leonardo from Big Tone. Salute
Yeah,
Leonardo for showing
nah,
love to Breezy, man.
yeah, no,
You know what I mean?
Leonardo pulled up all playoffs. He pulled up for the finals. You know what I'm saying? Leonardo definitely one of the funniest fans I met. And he a big fan. I call myself big fan Breezy, but he's one of the biggest fans I know. Shout out to him.
Absolutely.
Um, but yeah, man. What was you saying? What was
Yeah.
you saying?
And he said we paid Cam Johnson all that money. You goddamn right we did. We had to pay somebody. People don't understand how the salary cap works. It's a floor
Mm-hmm.
you have to meet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Facts. Facts.
You have to
And
you have to spend a certain amount of money. You can't just sit on money. This shit ain't like baseball. Like we can't be like the Orioles and shit, not spend no money. You got to spend a certain amount of money. So if not on him, who? You know what I mean?
nah, yeah, he a Miami Heat fan. They just think they can replace Gabe Vincent and and Max Strus with G League players. We ain't worried about what they talking about, man. Stop it.
No, they think they gonna replace them with Damian Lillard, and I just said I'll wait and see.
Shit. If they get they and who else? They still got if they still got Kyle Lowry, they in good shape. But at
Yeah,
the
they
end of
still
the
got
day,
Lowry.
yeah, well, we'll see. They'll be a dangerous team because they definitely didn't want to pay Gabe Vincent or Max Strus. Max Strus was definitely not getting paid that money from the Miami Heat. He was cold. He was cold.
He looked like Joe Harris in the finals, didn't it?
You been killing Joe Harris all night. You hilarious. Yeah.
Man, I was so mad we paid him all that money, man. And to be real with you, the only reason I would, if we had Joe Harris on the 8 mil or like 7 mil, something light, you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
wouldn't even mind him being on the team, but that's 17 million, like I say, and that's why I tried to tell Leaf too. When you paying,
Yeah, you saying you selling Leaf too when you paying. I was listening. I think your mic went out though. Um, but yeah, shout out to Big Priest, man. Uh, Listen, I don't know what happened to Big Priest now. Kind of tapped into what he was saying, but he'll be back. Shout out to him.
um, I don't know. I didn't get your
Yeah.
take on the Darius, what is it, Bazley,
Oh yeah,
pickup.
I was saying that he was impressive because I seen a highlight reel where he was blocking all of these jump shots, and I was just saying to myself like, "Yo, that's dope." Word. I was like, "Yo, if we got him on the defensive end playing perimeter defense, then again to y'all point earlier about Ben Simmons playing the perimeter defense, same with Darius Bazley, he could be that guy that's the 3 and D guy to give, more opportunities
He
for
a good
McCown
shooter?
for offensive threat.
I ain't
No,
pay
no,
that
no. He's
much
not
attention to him.
scorer. He not he not here because he's scoring the ball. He's here because he does help push the pace. And one of the best things I realized about that compilation of blocks on the perimeter was it started or it ignited a lot of fast breaks. So yeah, you don't want to give him the ball to create his own shot, but he's creating offense by deflecting these jumpers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that was my take on him. And again, it just adds to the point that it looked like instead of Mikal Bridges being a 20 to 25 point scorer, we might look for him to be a 25 to 30 point scorer because of add-ons like Darius Bazley. So yeah, that's my take on it, man. He's a good addition, I don't know how he fits in minute wise in the rotation, but you definitely want to implement him so that way Mikal Bridges could be dominant on the offensive side of the ball. And I think he wants
But
that.
he
I
but he
think
shot 37% on the three last year.
who
40% with
Darius Bazley.
OKC. Yes, 40% with OKC, but only 25% with Phoenix. So,
Mhm.
but
See, this is his defense right here. Darius basically has some nice defensive upside in the net switch heavy scheme at 6'9" with a 7'0" wingspan. He said, I could see him playing a change of pace role at center along Ben Simmons. His semblance of a 3-point shot, 31% of his career, and ball handling could come in handy there. So, you got people who recognize he a good add on too. It's not just us. A lot of Nets fans
yeah,
is happy.
I mean, his
What up,
length
Barry?
alone with that 7 foot wingspan, you know what I mean, can provide defensive versatility, which I like. And this is what Coach Vaughn is kind of trying to build a switch heavy, efficient defensive scheme. And because of the lack of centers in the league right now, outside of Joker and Embiid, our switch heavy scheme can really cause some problems. So um, I look forward to seeing what our defensive seal. I think we have top. I ain't even worried. I heard you was talking about the O, and I let you have that. You've been hearing what I've been preaching, man. I feel like we can be a top 5 defensive unit this year. So
Mm,
um, and that's what the goal should be for these guys on this squad. So
yeah. Yeah, no, they got Ben Simmons hooping on his birthday, man. So listen, man. I'm coming to warming up to the idea that he gonna be healthy, man. I ain't gonna cap.
He do this every year, man.
Off season prime Ben Simmons, man.
all I
Off
know is
season Ben
our
Simmons.
front
That's what
office
we got.
brass, the Coach Vaughn, so a couple of the guys, the players, you know what I mean, um, and Sean Marks met with Ben Simmons, and they have a good feeling that he will be, 100% for training camp. He didn't go into the season, and we need to. He said all the right things when the team met with the media. He was not healthy coming into training camp last year.
Right.
He rushed back to try to play with those guys. So,
Yeah.
I think he'll be. I think he'll be healthy.
Don't make
Yeah.
Ben
Getting
Simmons
every.
fool
Hmm?
What did you say?
I said, don't make Ben Simmons fool y'all, man.
Listen, man. Oh, we get. Listen, a lot of fans feel like he might start the season healthy. They can't confirm or deny these. What's
Bro,
being said.
And the team thinks that. I can only go by what the team is putting out there. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
if we go into training camp and he's not healthy, then I know it's something different. But as of right now, everybody's looking like he's a go, and that's why he's continue. That's why, because he was going to go and play in the World Cup or the FIBA World Classic or whatever. But he chose on his own, not by the recommendation of the team, but on his own to continue to rehab and make sure that he's 100% for training camp. So
Yeah, no, yeah. Again, I think they doing their best to get him back healthy. You got Clax hitting 3-pointers. Wow.
it's gonna be a wrap if he do. Ooh, if Clax do that, nigga, stop it.
Yeah, what, 2 in a row?
I don't care if it's one in a row.
Yeah, nah, I'm with it,
Because
man.
and Breezy, you know this about Nick. One thing every offseason he has gotten better. He's added a new wrinkle to his game.
Mm-hmm.
You can't
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah.
He's improved to the point where I feel like at this point, I feel like he's better than Jared Allen. And this ain't even me hating.
Nah, I was saying that he outplayed Jared Allen in the matchups that we had versus the Cavaliers. His numbers was better, and he took away the alley oop or the pick and roll, and that's a big part of any team offense is that pick and roll. So every time they try to roll to Allen for the alley oop, I've seen Allen catch maybe one. But besides that, he pretty much locked Jared Allen down. You ever get a chance, look at the head-to-head between Nick Claxton and Jared Allen. Nick Claxton is clearly winning that matchup. Word. So, that being said, that's because Jared Allen can't really put the ball on the floor. He don't really got no moves on his own. He got a few moves.
Exactly. Nick Claxton can put the ball on the floor. We've seen him like steal the ball, take it up the court.
I think he played
you
with
know what I
more
mean?
Jared Allen, yeah.
Look how he go up against guys like Embiid with no fear, playing great defense on him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, of course, an Embiid can try to bully him because he's bigger, but when he got Embiid on the perimeter, and he don't even back down there. You know what I mean? Look, Nick Claxton, one of my favorite players to watch right now.
Nah, he is too. I had went back to the draft. He was in that same draft as John Morant, R.J. Barrett, and Zion Williamson. And I said,
Yeah, he played with I think it was. Yeah, he played with John Morant in high school.
And I was saying that he was the number 31st pick. But when you look at it now, he's like a top 10 in that draft. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? You could easily argue that he's, like you said, he improved since a rookie. And he's not, you wouldn't pick him at 31 if they did a redrafted season.
No, you got to remember too, he lost a lot of time too, because you remember he was hurt early on.
Mm-hmm.
So the rate of his improvement, given the fact that he was hurt and lost all that time, I mean, he lost like half a seasons. You know what I mean? So I'm really impressed by his work ethic. He picked up something from them guys, from them superstars, and if he takes another leap, you're talking about a really solid lineup, man. We looking at right here, and that's why everybody trying to get him. That's why when we tried to get Siakam, Ujiri wanted to take Nick Claxton. No, sir. You can keep your Pascal. We're gonna keep our Claxton. You know what I mean? Not doing it.
Right. So we just I'm not gonna be here all night, but shout to Big Priest and shout to everybody that pulled up and held it down. Shout to Lee. Shout to the locker room. I ain't even seen you pull up, but you did. Shout to you too. Excuse me. Shout to Barry, really out there hooping. He said he was 4-on-1 today. But I just want to get Big Priest to give me a yes or no or a yay or nay when it come down to draft picks. So Zion Williamson, respectfully, I mean I'll say what I think after, but what you think? Zion Williamson, did he have a better season last season than Zion Williamson? Yes or no?
Who?
Nick Claxton. I'm just going through the draft to say he should be in the
no.
top.
No.
You think Nick Claxton had a better? Oh, Zion Williamson had a better year than Nick Claxton last year?
Absolutely. I mean,
I don't think he did. He didn't really play many games. And
when
Claxton
he played, New Orleans was top 2 in the West. Zion Williamson averaged 27 and 9, and like 6 assists. I mean, he played better than Claxton, and all things considered. I mean, when he was on the court, and I'm just thinking about when they were on the court, when both of them on the court, he was better than Nick Claxton.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna just pretty much go through the top 10. So you say okay. So Zion, he in front of Clax. John Morant.
Yes, better season.
Okay. R.J. Barrett.
No.
That's what I said. They was mad at me. I said it. You know the Knicks fans.
Both sides of the ball. You got to think of both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I felt like
R.J. Barrett was better offensively, slightly.
Yeah.
And Nick Claxton is way better than him defensively. Played way better. I mean, this guy, I think he should have won Defensive Player of the Year. I don't think Jaren Jackson Jr. played enough games. I think Nick Claxton last year should have been a Defensive Player of the Year, but after Kevin Durant and them got traded, his name kind of got like snatched out. You know what I'm saying? That's the media bias, but
he wasn't even acknowledged for real. I don't see how you could lead the league in blocks for a short a period of time in the season, and not be on a all defensive team or nothing. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So. Okay, so you agreed that he had a better season than R.J. Barrett. So that's one top 10 player you saying he had a better season than. What about DeAndre Hunter?
I think he had a better year than DeAndre Hunter. Yeah.
Okay. Darius Garland? Nah, Darius Garland had a better year. But
that's crazy. Hold on real quick. I know. Yeah. We can. He did not make an all defensive team?
Nah, man. I don't think he did, man. I gotta double check.
No, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it.
I'm saying?
No, he didn't.
I told you. That's what I'm saying, man. He did our boy bad, man. I can't hide that, man. I can't jack that at all.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. But go ahead.
Yeah. So after him is, I think, Jarrett Culver. I don't even know who this guy is. You know what I mean?
He's better season than him.
Who
Culver,
even is
he's a role player. I believe he played for Memphis or something, but he nah. It was either Memphis or Minnesota that he played. I think Minnesota. Excuse me.
All right, so he better than Jarrett Culver did last season. What about
Culver? You said right?
Culver, yeah. Jarrett Culver
better than him too.
See, Kobe White. See, that's another top 10. He was number 7th pick. Jackson Hayes, 8th pick.
Better than him too.
Rui Hachimura.
Better than him too.
You're right. Oh, it's close. And the last 10th pick was Cam Reddish. Had a better season than Cam Reddish.
If we just going off of them top 10 picks, right?
Yeah.
You can make the argument that Nick Claxton would have been taken 3rd.
That. Well, I'll say probably 4th over Darius Garland would have been in front of him. So
I know. I just say you can make the argument.
Yeah, definitely.
You can make the argument. You can argue I think Darius Garland deserving to be an all-star and everything like that. But thinking about the guards in the leagues and the defensive upside and things like Claxton and his total upside, because we gotta remember he lost in total probably a whole season because of injury. So
Nah, I did.
just the upside and being at the five position, you can make that argument. I would take Garland if I was
Yeah,
drafting, but
yeah.
depending on what you need as a team, you can make that argument.
Nah, that's a fact. I like the fact that you know Claxton is somebody who knows the relevance of working on their game. I seen him working out with JaVale McGee. I seen him
Hmm.
working out with quite a few players. As a matter of fact, every time I see him, he more times than not working out. You know what I mean? So
This man,
I
this
respect.
man will be, he will be an all-star. Maybe not a 5, 6, 10, but he will be an all-star. He will have all-star selections. At this rate of his improvement, he will have all-star selections.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, even the man in his entry interview in Phoenix before he started trolling Nets fans, Kevin Durant said, "Well, they got a real bright future over there, but Nick, Mikhail, yada yada yada," and he went down. You know what I mean? The players. He know what he left like it, but he still left like an idiot. So,
Yeah.
but
We,
thanks for
right.
Bridges and Cam Johnson.
Yeah, no, I'm not even mad. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm not because the window of us winning the championship became bigger because we readjusted our
Absolutely, because we
roster.
got extremely younger, and
Yeah,
people forget Ben Simmons only like 25 years old.
nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Then and his
People
window to
talking
win
like
is
his career over. How many people we saw enter their prime like at the in their 30s? You know what I'm saying?
no, that's
That
true.
were that didn't even have the numbers that Ben Simmons have already shown us. So the way that people talk about him like he's just over is baffling to me. I
Word.
mean, if you learn basketball, I mean, come on. Joker is 6'10". I mean, he's already been an All-Star 3 times.
Nah, that's true. It's true. Listen, I totally agree. And the more I talk to Nets fans, not just the internet, I'm more confident that he's gonna start the season healthy, man.
So the more you
I'll even
talk to
give him the
guys up there that are actual Nets fans, they want to keep Ben Simmons, or
yeah,
they have faith that he'll be available, et cetera, et cetera.
yeah. That's more of it. That's more the ring of it.
Man, I don't know. You seeing Ben Simmons?
Yeah, yo, man. The highlights, man.
I just ripped it down. I just went down the list.
Exactly. And again, the most valuable thing you could take from this is that he not looking to be instrumental part of the offense. Like, yo, I need to dominate the
I
ball.
have enough scoring.
Right, right.
I
He look
but with just his defensive upside by itself
facts, and he
is
that
not
means
worth $36 million, but just his defensive upside. His contract is his contract. It is what it is. It ain't finna change.
I don't know. I feel like he's a role player now.
yeah,
I
he don't
think Ben
get a lot.
Simmons right now, if he's healthy, right now is
Yeah,
a top 5 defender in the NBA. Right now, if he's healthy.
maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
So with that being said, if he's a top 5 defender, I think Bridges is a top 5 defender, and I think Claxton is a top 10 defender.
Yeah.
So in our starting lineup, we have 3 of the top 10 defensive players in the league on that floor. Just
Well, I'm looking at his stats too to see how many games he actually missed and actually played.
Who that?
It's not as bad as we make it out to be. Like I ain't gonna front. Like
but he wasn't healthy last year. I know that for a fact.
Nah, he wasn't. He wasn't. And the reason why I know that Big Priest is because I used to see him slide his feet when he played defense, and he was always good at staying in front of the, as a defender, staying in front of the ball. But
Oh,
he would
that
never
wasn't.
jump to contest his shot. And I was like, he must step back.
Yeah,
Must
but that wasn't his problem. His problem was not shooting in the playoffs. He's scared of the rim.
Yeah, he definitely gotta be more aggressive. But I
5 points,
think
5 points, 5 points is not gonna cut it in the playoffs, bro.
no.
If he got 5 points,
He wasn't
let me
100%.
explain something to you. He wasn't 100% cool. If he got 5 points, 11 rebounds, 12 assists, 2 steals, and a block, I'm cool with that.
And with a loss too? No, come on.
We won't lose if those are the numbers. You got to think about it.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta say we, as in we the Nets fans. He's not a Nets fan. He's a KD fan. So we gotta. He don't even like.
But people, you know what's crazy? People wasn't saying that when that was the numbers J Kidd was putting up, because J Kidd did that a lot.
Right. I think
No,
that's
Scored under
why-
double figures.
Not
when
5
scored
points.
under, huh?
Jason Kidd wasn't scoring 5 points though.
Jason Kidd had plenty of games where he scored under double-digit points with double-digit assists, rebounds,
But
3
he wasn't
steals.
scared but he wasn't scared to shoot the basketball though.
Yeah.
When Jason Kidd came into the league, he could not shoot.
But listen, you can't put Jason Kidd to Ben Simmons. Hell no, we're not doing that.
I'm not saying that they do. Did I say that he's as good as Ben Simmons? Did you hear me say that?
No, I didn't say you said that, but
Okay. Well, you guys got to pay attention to what I said. Said when Jason Kidd played for the Nets, even during those finals runs, there were plenty of games where he scored under double figures,
yeah.
right? But had double-digit rebounds and double-digit assists,
Yeah.
Still
and
impacted
played
winning.
great on the defensive end. He still impacted winning.
Yeah, but Simmons' problem is that he don't take it up. Like he's scared of the rim.
I'm telling you, I think that's because of health. I think the narrative is going
Bro,
to
I'm
be.
talking about when he was on Philly, and he passed that dunk up against Trae Young. Come on, he should have dunked that.
Nah, nobody disagree with that, but we just watched a
get
whole highlight reel of Ben Simmons
Bro,
yamming it.
really? Come on, that don't mean
This
shit.
Jason Kidd had games. You said Jason Kidd ain't had games. This is when we went to the finals, 01-02, right?
Yeah.
Jason Kidd had games where he didn't score a single point, but had 12 assists, 7 rebounds, 3 steals that we won. Didn't score a single point.
But that's Jason Kidd though. That's 2 different things.
You just said, man, Jason Kidd ain't never had no point games where he scored 5 points.
Yeah,
He had games where he scored 0.
But he wasn't scared to shoot the basketball. When it's time to score, he scores though. Okay. When he has a chance
He went
to
whole
score,
games without scoring, bro. I mean, that your argument doesn't make sense. He went
All right,
whole
but
games without scoring.
Nah, bro, you have to score to win. Come on.
Missed every shot, 0 for 9 from the field. I mean, he had games where he scored 5 points. He had a game with 6, 4, 8. People see, this is one thing people forget or kind of overestimate about Jason Kidd. His career average is 12 points per game.
Yeah, no, Jason Kidd wasn't really in a score like that though.
So why is it a problem if Ben Simmons isn't really a scorer like that?
But he don't look at the rim. It's 2 different. He don't look at the rim, bro.
I don't know. You talking about one play, man. He got more plays where he was aggressive to the paint than that one play. I think we just judging him off of that playoff series. I think that's how we look at it.
A couple playoff series.
Hold on, not just that playoff series. We judging him off that playoff series in a season where he wasn't healthy. That's what we're judging him off of. And I'm like,
So he wasn't healthy in Philly then.
He was healthy in Philly, and he averaged over. What are we talking about? He was healthy in Philly, and those last 3 years in Philly, he was an all-star.
So in the hold on, let's get to it, Barry. In the
was the same one was saying he never wanted Ben Simmons on the team, but okay.
Bro, I ain't never said that. I didn't want. No, I
So
said that because I didn't want to break up the roster we had for this player. I didn't want to do that. I
But
like
you
the
never wanted
he
Simmons,
didn't.
but
He wanted you
you
want
never.
he because he wanted to
right,
keep James Harden. That's totally fair. Because
right. What
the
I'm
version
saying
of James
is
Harden we had was getting 20 and 10.
right, but
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying
different.
is right again. In as much as I didn't like Ben Simmons on the team, it was also because I feel like for a team to be successful, they gotta have chemistry. And the Nets were known for changing teammates season after season. We gotta have some type of chemistry. Oh
And
no,
cohesion.
consistency. Yeah, we gotta have some type of consistency with keeping the same teammates. That way, we could build the chemistry. You feel what I'm saying? So that was one of the reasons why I didn't want Ben Simmons on the team either. But respectfully, when I look at his highlights, I can't take nothing from him, bro. If he went to the
Bro, you
All
looking
Star
at
three
highlights,
times,
really, bro? Highlights is not gonna make his game better.
I don't think it's gonna make his game better. But you
So
asking me
you're
about the
saying you keep
playoffs,
saying in
and I
Philly,
just
right?
went to the
And you
right.
talking about one specific series when and down the stretch of
Bro,
that game, down the stretch of that
bro, he
game
had an
versus
open
Atlanta.
dunk.
Guess what? Guess what? Down the stretch of that game versus Atlanta, Joel Embiid played like ass too. So you can't
Mhm.
just say, okay, he passed up a dunk. So what?
Bro, he passed up a
That's
dunk
one
to win the game.
play. That's one play. That's one play.
Oh my god.
And he
Okay.
passed it
You
out,
do
and
that.
Tobias Harris
You
got,
do that
or
on the
excuse me,
court,
not
and you
Tobias
see.
Harris, but Matisse Thybulle got fouled, and he made 1 or 2 free throws. Okay, so you gonna kill Matisse Thybulle for missing a free throw?
Bro, he had an open dunk. He
I
had an
mean,
open
it
dunk,
is what
bro.
it is. That's
No, no,
one play.
bro.
Bro,
So
and
one play
I hear,
defines his career.
bro, he had Trey Young on him. So come on, stop it.
bro. We not making no excuses
I've
for him. We
seen
telling you
Magic
that it's
Johnson do
one
the
play,
same thing. I've seen
right?
Magic
And
Johnson do the same
Like,
thing.
y'all making too much excuse for Ben Simmons.
bro, nobody
I'm not
making
making
excuses.
excuses.
I'm
I'm
asking
just
you to
telling the
also.
truth.
I'm asking you to
I
also
can't
look
believe,
at the stats in the playoffs. These are playoff stats, and you talking about
bro.
him in the
All
playoffs,
right,
bro.
that don't mean nothing, bro.
I mean, you talking about that one play that means something, and these are basically all his stats in the
Bro, that
playoffs.
one play was
And he
they was
hooping,
gonna go to the finals with that one play.
bro.
No, they
Nobody
wasn't.
making no
They wasn't
excuse.
Yes,
finna
it
beat
was.
Milwaukee.
I'm not making no
No, they
excuses,
wasn't.
bro, man. Y'all keep
That
bringing up
Philly
that
team
one
wasn't
play,
gonna beat
man.
Milwaukee.
I
They
hear
was-
you, bro. I hear you bringing up the play, but I'm also showing you the stats that in 2017 he was what he shot what for the field 48% from the field, had 16.3 points, 7 assists, almost 8 assists, and almost 10 boards in the playoffs, bro. He almost averaged a triple double in the 2018 playoffs, and the 2019 playoffs. What did he do? He averaged 62% from the field, shy of 14 points a game, a steal a game, 7 boards, and 6 assists, bro. This is just playoff stats. And in 2021, he missed that one season from 2019 to 2020. And you know what I mean? He played in the 2021, due to injury, I believe. He averaged just shy of 12 points. He had 8 assists, just shy of 9, and just shy of 9 boards. Bro, I think that he could get this back. He got to be watching highlights of himself. Now I'm saying, like, nah, I still
I feel
got it.
like if he healthy, he's a different player. Personally,
We not gonna convince Barry, Big Priest. Long as
no.
Nets fans, we believe it, man. You
and
just
the
gotta
one
let it
thing he
ride.
don't talk about too is the defense that he played um on doggone Trey Young in that series, forcing him to terrible shooting.
Okay,
But we don't
and they
talk about
still
it. Yeah.
won. And they still won.
Because so Joel Embiid don't have any capability in that series in those games down
Oh
the stretch.
yeah, yeah. No, he did
Wait,
play
he
good.
averaged
The
30
only
though.
one you talk about, no, I'm talking about down the stretch. You talking about down the stretch? I'm
Now
Yeah,
for
talking
the
talking
about
about
down
series,
the
that
he
one
averaged
stretch.
play
30.
down the stretch.
I'm talking
And
about
it
down the
sounded like
stretch though.
NB didn't have a good series, like he wasn't crushing shit neither.
I
I
mean,
Like,
down the
mean,
stretch in Game
he
7,
was
yeah,
injured though.
Embiid turned the ball over like twice, but for the most part, Ben Simmons was shooting. He was shooting like 30% from the free throw line. So obviously, you didn't want the
Yeah,
ball in
and he
his.
was shooting bad from
But
the free
in the
throw. Like, come
same
on.
goddamn
Yeah,
game, his defense held Trey Young to 5 for 23 from the field.
Nice.
But bro, if you playing defense and you're not producing on the offensive end, like what good
Thank
is
you.
that?
Somebody else
Thank
do
you.
it. Shit, I'm not
Right,
the
but
only one
no,
on here. So
right,
what about Tobias
Bro,
Harris and Joel Embiid? Those
right.
guys, man, look. You want me to
Those
play
are
the
the
best defense in the
offensive,
league and
right.
come on, man.
bro, you had an
What are we
open
Those are the
doing,
dunk.
man?
offensive players.
Bro, you
Those are
had a
the players
Okay, that's
that's
one
supposed to get
play.
you the
What about the
points.
rest of the game?
Exactly.
bro. He passed up an open dunk.
That's still
I mean,
only
listen,
one
we
play.
can't. I'm gonna say this:
And
we can't.
okay,
Keep talking
yeah.
about that
Go ahead,
same one
Andre.
play.
Right,
Yeah, I mean,
Keep
I
talking
can't.
about that one
five,
play.
10 minutes.
I mean, I'm a Sixers fan.
It's
I'm not
one
going.
play.
I'm a
Right,
Bro,
Sixers fan.
make
I'm
the
not
Sixers
going.
fan tell
the
you.
48-minute game. We talk about that one play.
Make the
It's
Sixers
one
fan tell you.
goddamn play.
Go ahead,
I mean,
Ben
Yo,
I'm a.
talk,
Si-
B. Go
Andre.
ahead, Andre B. Go ahead, talk your shit,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm a Sixer fan. I mean, I'm not gonna really defend Ben Simmons like that. I mean, Big Priest, I get what you mean, where you're coming from with the defense and all that, but I feel like if you're giving me defense and you're not giving me any offense and expecting other players to give me offense, and why are you on the court? Like, I don't. Why are you being a one-dimensional player when you're getting paid max dollars?
No,
I
I hear you.
said that I was responding to what homie said. He said he just kept talking about one play. He's talking about one play.
Yeah, everything we
I'm
said,
talking
he literally
so
went back to that one play. It's
one
hilarious.
play, and I get it. Nobody's making excuse for him for not
Right,
dunking the ball on that one play. But the game isn't just lost by one play. That's the
right,
one. If
right.
you know anything about ball and hooping,
Yo,
you don't
very
lose the
hilarious.
game based off of one play.
Bro, they
Right.
was gonna
But I
win
mean,
the
it was a
game.
momentum changer. Like once he passed that
Bro,
off,
if he would
like
have
it
done
changed
that,
the
the
whole
Philly would
momentum
have
of the
won
Bruh,
up.
game.
it ain't no way that you watch Puke and you think that the game was decided by one play. By
You're right.
specifically one play, lost the
Just
game.
one.
And I can say, if we're talking about football, you can say, okay, that pick six at the end of the game in the last 3 seconds cost you the game. But if you talk about basketball, we're not
We
going to
talk
say that
about
one
one
play.
play.
Like, like, what are we doing? Like, what?
And that one play messed up their whole chemistry.
Yeah, nah, I'm
This
looking at
shit
that game to
wild,
see.
bro.
I'm looking at that game to see exactly what he did, and
Wait, what game? Game 7?
game 7, yeah.
Because I remember in Game 5, we was up 25. They kept fouling his ass, and he kept missing free throws, and that's how they made the comeback, and they won that game.
He not a good
Okay,
free throw shooter. They did the
that's
same thing to Shaq.
right. And they
And
did
Bro,
that
they
to
and
the
then you know
Blacksters
what?
too.
And Phil Jackson had to take his ass out of the game. Come on, we done seen that before, bruh. They did the same
bro,
thing to
don't,
Dwight Howard. Come on, bruh.
bro. We're not gonna compare Shaq to Ben Simmons. Come on.
I
Nah,
said
he's not
you.
doing
I
that. He's
said
not doing that.
that's not what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's literally not what I'm doing. But see, when you're not paying attention, that's what you'll say. That's the first thing you'll jump to. Oh, we're not comparing Shaq to Ben Simmons. Of course I'm not. Shaq, one of the greatest players of all time. Of course I'm
Right.
not.
I think Ben
There's
Simmons,
other players though that are
yeah,
bad free throw shooters that get fouled a lot
right. That's a strategy.
and miss it. Duh. That's why it's called the hack a Shaq. That's literally what it's called.
Right.
But so Priest, so if your best defender can't shoot
Mhm.
free throws, should he be on the court?
If your best defender,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got other guards. Seth Curry can shoot free throws. Embiid can shoot free throws. Harris can shoot. You know, Seth Curry is a point guard too,
Now I'm
right?
talking about for the Nets, because you said Benson is a top 5 defender, something like that, before I joined the show.
Yeah, I said next season I think that the
Mhm.
Brooklyn Nets
I
could be
feel
a
like
top 5
Ben
defense.
Simmons is a top 5
Yeah.
defender. Yep.
Right. So
But
if you're,
so
all right,
if
go
he
ahead.
can't shoot free throws, you said should he be on the court? Is it going to be
Mhm.
situational? Sometimes you're going to have to take him off the court.
That's true.
Just like
We
you've
did
had
it
to
in
take
that Portland
all
game.
them other guys.
Remember
Just
that
like you've had
Portland
to take
game?
all them. I've seen when you realize the Lakers didn't have no rim protection down the stretch because they had to take Shaq off the court because he couldn't make a free throw. He was
Yeah.
their best rim protector, and at that time he was their best player. Couldn't be on the court.
Yeah, best
You
player,
have to
but
make the strategic decisions. Tim Duncan had to be taken off the court versus the Miami Heat, and that lost him the game. When Ray Allen hit the three,
right, game 6, yeah, I remember
coaches make strategic decisions. Sometimes it
Talk
costs
to,
you.
talk to him. Yo,
I'm
talk to him,
I'm
Big
not
Priest.
comparing him to these players, but I mean, just that doesn't mean that Tim Duncan was their best defender. When we've seen it with J. Kidd, he couldn't score a lick when he came in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a little bit different though. It's different for
But he
because you never.
still, but see, we don't hold people to the same standard. I've been a Nets fan my whole life, so I've seen games where Jason Kidd had 0 points, but affected winning.
Right. Absolutely.
So my standard is different than y'all's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, I told you that interview said a lot to his mindset and how he look at basketball. He said passing is easy for me because I'm taller than everybody, and he also said that with comment he said that stuck with me or was left with me was, um, I might not be giving you the three ball on offense. I might not improve that, but I impact offense because I'm stopping their best offensive player. If I'm stopping their best offensive player, you know what I'm saying? That gives my team leverage, because we putting them on scoring droughts. I don't have to do everything. Y'all want me to do everything. I do a lot of things besides shoot the three ball. And,
And look how much, for instance,
as a fan, I
for
will say
instance,
he still got
Breezy,
something to
for
prove.
instance,
He do
Breezy,
got
because you're
something to
making a
prove.
good point. Yo, check out Tony Allen's career. He made a ton
Facts.
of money by being the best defender in the league.
He was in the
He
league for
wasn't
a long
shit on
time too.
offense. He wasn't. Tony Allen sucked on offense. He couldn't shoot.
Right.
He would miss layups. He would drive to the rim all wild, looking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But he was always on the team, and he made a ton of money by being elite defensive.
But guess what?
And
He
he
had
wasn't half as
17
big as Simmons.
in totality. He played 14 seasons with the NBA, and the most he ever averaged in the NBA was 11.5 points. So to what
But
Priest
see,
said,
but if
it's
you're
a
asking
place in
me,
the
is Ben
NBA for
Simmons
guys
worth
with
his
defense.
contract? I would tell you absolutely not. But
Yeah,
if you're
I ain't
telling
getting it
me,
that far.
if you're telling me, that the dude ain't shit and this and that his whole career should be defined by one play, I'm not gonna do that either. Because I've been watching basketball way too long.
Right. Hold on. Tommy Jones said we
I
want to
mean,
run spread off. Check out Summer League. What? Spread off what? Is this a pause comment or what? I don't know. This comment is complicated. I'm hoping that he's saying that we're gonna run a spread offense. I guess. Let's just be mature about this comment. Shout out to Tommy Jones, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe. But please be more specific, because reading this,
It's a lot of
context, you
weirdos
could
out
take,
here, bro.
yeah, you
It's
could
a lot
take
of
this.
weirdos out here.
Right. Just put context to this comment, man. But yeah, man. In Summer League, I did watch the Summer League. It was good basketball. But go ahead, guys. What was y'all saying?
I mean,
About
I was
20
gonna say that I don't think that one play defines Ben Simmons' career. I think he has more years
Dang.
ahead of him. He can change the narrative, but my whole thing is, bro, you've been in the league for all these years, and just giving me defense ain't enough. Giving me defense and
But you gotta
facilitating is not
understand
enough.
too, and I don't mean to
He
cut you
giving
off, but you
rebounds
gotta
too.
understand too, if and this is what I believe, and this is kind of what I've been hearing. Ben Simmons' back has been jacked up for this whole year. The whole year he was not healthy going into training camp. He was not, and look at how that affected Michael Porter Jr. Look at how that, especially when you tall like that. And Ben Simmons' strength is defense. So if he can't sit in that chair, if it hurts, I know he's not going to go down to the lane because he don't want to fall on his back. He don't want to get knocked on his back. He don't want to go through that contact. So at that point, so I want to let the man get healthy and see what he looks like on the court. He could go in there and bomb. I'm not guaranteeing he gonna play good, but I'm not finna kill the man.
Well, you said he was hurt
tell him.
Going into the season
Last year he was hurt. Last year, yes.
I mean, that's not what Breezy was saying last season.
What was I saying?
Bro, you said the Nets was going to win the chip, and Ben Simmons is back. He ain't the Ben
because
Simmons
they were lying.
Bro, when I said we was going to win the chip, we had Katie and Kyrie.
Yeah, the information came out after the fact.
Yeah.
He had multiple herniated discs.
Right. And then Katie and Kyrie, I was hoping that they would play, the season together. And, we'll be one of the top 4 teams. And again, I said that when we had a different roster. When we made the trade, I knew we wasn't a championship contending team. I mean, obviously this was a new experience for Cam Johnson to score the ball as much as he is, and Mikal Bridges as well, and Spence and DFS just got to the team. They played together in Dallas, but they never played. I even heard Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges say, "Yo, the most confusing thing is the terminologies when we yelling out
You should.
the name of the play or the call of the play. Like they was all fucking scattered, like trying to get it together because that shit was a shock for Mikal Bridges from what he said. He was like, "Yo,
Yeah.
I heard I got traded. I was surprised. Like, they love him in Phoenix. You know what I'm saying?"
Yeah.
But KD is KD.
That cost Monty Williams his job, trading them two.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that. I do agree with that.
And you know what? And another thing too, and you shouldn't even be mad at us. You should be mad at Philly because they had Mikal Bridges, and they the ones that sent them to Phoenix. Terrible idea for a dude that only played 15 games in the NBA. Terrible idea. Then they had Jimmy Butler, a guy that just went to the NBA Finals. You go ahead and let him walk out the door so that you can go ahead and give Tobias Harris a ton of money, and he shoots the ball a ton. But he's not. That's why I said Tobias Harris shoots the ball a ton, but he does not affect the game more than a healthy Ben Simmons.
I ain't gonna lie, he was giving
and I stand by that.
I was mad as hell when he was.
But I don't feel like Tobias Harris affects the games more than a healthy Ben Simmons. I don't believe that.
Nah. Healthy Ben Simmons is.
I mean, it depends. I mean, Ben Simmons. I mean, is Ben Simmons?
I'm not big on Tobias Harris. Absolutely not.
Right. Let me ask you this, Philly fan. If you,
I didn't say that.
What?
No, I was just
Ben Simmons is a second option. Absolutely not. I look at this team. I look at this team. See, Ben Simmons isn't good in the half court. Even when he was with y'all, he wasn't good in the half court. Ben Simmons thrives in the open court. Mm-hmm. He gets most of his points off of defense, getting the ball off the rim and pushing the pace. That's how Ben Simmons is most effective. So if he's not healthy, he's not going to be able to do that. He has never been good in the half court offense. And part of that is his fault because he hasn't improved like he's supposed to. Mm-hmm. But
talking all
Ben
that
Simmons,
shit about Ben Simmons. What about Embiid and how he fell off in the playoffs?
Oh, he's trash too in the playoffs. He should have been. Y'all should have beat Boston. There's no way like y'all should have lost to Boston.
Ben Simmons fault, and then you see your boy
James Harden requesting another trade.
If that was me, it wouldn't have been like that, man. The same shit happened when you was there, man. Stop it. Same exact.
And you ain't say shit about James Harden not looking at the rim in the fourth quarter. Because he did the same thing.
Quiet. Wait.
He did the same thing. James Harden in that game where y'all got eliminated by Boston did the same thing. He did not look at the rim in the fourth quarter. Did not.
Bro, all the players was bad. I'm not going to just blame James Harden.
No, it wasn't all of them. It was James Harden and Embiid. Maxey played his ass off. And Tobias Harris balled out too.
Bro, did you watch the third quarter?
The third quarter what?
The third quarter of the game.
I'm talking about the fourth quarter down the stretch.
Bro, the game was already over the start of the fourth quarter. The game was over.
So you telling me Maxey played like shit too? That's what you're trying to tell me?
He lost.
I'm not doing that.
All right, so what I'm saying is
the third option play his ass off, and you telling me the third option play like shit too. Maxey matter of fact.
The second option?
Look, I'm looking at Embiid.
The third option. Maxey is the third option, and Tobias Harris is the fourth option. To be fair, and Paul Reed. So you saying Maxey is the second option?
Yeah, because he took the second most shots.
Okay.
That's because James Harden didn't look at the rim.
That's funny. Good shit. Joel Embiid averaged 33 points in the regular season, and in the postseason he dropped down to 23. Bro, that's dramatic.
Bro, and I gotta get y'all too. And I gotta get y'all too because James Harden did the same shit to us. So I mean, shit.
Well, let's be honest, bro. Y'all threw the kitchen sink at him, so of course his numbers is gonna plummet when y'all was double and triple teaming him,
Who?
right? The Nets.
No. I'm not just talking about when he played us. I'm talking about all the
What?
9 games in the playoffs, bro. His numbers dropped.
And it happens every year. His career playoff average is lower than his regular season average. It's just facts.
I mean, that's true, but for the most part,
and a guy that can shoot the 3 ball, can shoot free throws, is bigger than everybody else because it's not no centers. It like a guy like Shaq's when he in his prime, his average went up in the playoffs, and he can't shoot free throws, can't shoot threes, can't do. So Joel Embiid's skill set, he can do more on the court than a guy like Shaquille O'Neal, but he's worse in pressure moments. How does that work?
Word. Yeah, Philly fan.
Yo, what happened with you? I don't disagree with that.
What about you in the draft? Y'all get anybody?
Bro, we had no draft picks.
Damn.
Nope, that was our pick this year.
Yeah, we was just like the Knicks. We ain't had no draft picks, so. But we picked up.
I think their pick would have been Whitehead. That would have been the 22nd pick. Would have been their pick.
Yeah, I don't think Philly a top 4 team this season. I said that.
It's too much turmoil, so it depends on what they can get back for Harden, because they're trying to get the kitchen sink back for Harden.
Man, it's like
I think that's gonna have to be a 3-team deal too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know who I heard had a 3-team deal? The Clippers, Portland, and Miami. I heard Hero might go to the Clippers.
I don't want Hero. I mean, I hear y'all keep talking about that shit. I don't want Hero. We got enough goddamn shit we got to figure out. I don't want to just add another thing to have to figure out, man. We gonna have to, because we not gonna be able to keep all the players we got, because everybody ain't gonna be able to play.
That's real. I think that we need a point guard more than we need rebounding, because we got a lot of perimeter defense and rebounding. I think the rebounding stepped up. And that's the thing. I think we supposed to rebound by committee. We don't want somebody to dominate rebounding like the player Looney. We don't need nobody like Looney who's dominating rebounding. But we do need players like Darius Bazley who's gonna get us 6, and Royce O'Neal gonna get us 7, and you know what I'm saying? We need a collective effort in rebounding, not someone that's dominant. And I think that's why we were shy to get certain players. But yeah, man. Shout to Philly fan, man. You know what I mean? It's okay, man. You know, it's all right, man. Being Big Priest ain't mean no harm, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, man. I can
just
really
talking fan stuff, man. That's it, man.
I can really do these debate things, but I just, you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try to jump on. Nah, you was cooking. You was definitely cooking. You know what I'm saying? So I think that should be fun, man. I want to get in a debate with somebody about something, but I want to actually debate a player that I really want to debate for. Don't just say, yo, Muggsy Bogues was better than Penny Hardaway. Like, hold up, man. Who got Muggsy Bogues, man?
You could kind of debate. You could kind of debate Ray Allen versus Steph Curry, kind of. There are some avenues to that debate. It's hard though. It's not easy.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
You gotta see that era.
Yeah. But what was the other one? Dominique versus KD. It might be an area of some wiggle room.
So hold on. Yeah, I want to recap those debates, man.
I gotta go back and watch the rest of them. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch them first before I recap it. I didn't really watch it like straight through. I only seen like 2. I seen Herm and I think Nadi. And that was the one, and I seen Ox and who was that? Ox and
But
Moss.
I think Reggie Miller would have been a better debate versus Steph Curry than Ray Allen, though. To be real.
Why you say that?
Because I think Reggie Miller was more accomplished as a shooter than Ray Allen.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely,
Oh
absolutely.
no, Curry's shooting is different though.
Yeah, I get that. I said it. I think Curry's the greatest shooter, but
Yeah,
if you're
he's a
trying
great
to
shooter.
find someone to debate against, I think Reggie Miller would have the best case,
Yeah.
Yeah,
or
I
Larry
want to.
Bird.
Right, but see, and
Matter of
another.
fact, Larry Bird might have the best case.
Mhm,
If you
mhm.
want to just
I
argue
got
shooting,
some.
if you want to argue shooting and not just 3-point shooting, because
Right,
Larry
and that's
Bird
and
probably was a better overall shooter all over the court
absolutely,
than Steph Curry. See that?
absolutely,
What you
Because
mean
absolutely.
he
by that?
got the
What you mean
post
by
fade
that?
away. Because he got the post fade away.
Talk
He
to
got the
him.
coming off of curls. He got the
Oh
dribble
no,
pull
oh
up.
no.
Larry Bird had it. Larry Bird could give it to you any way you want, and then when he
Curry
did
too
it
though.
to you,
Curry too.
no, Curry don't got the dribble midi pull up. That's why people say Kevin Durant is a great shooter because he can do more shooting than just shoot the three. Curry is a better
Right,
3-point shooter, but he's good. Does that make him a better overall shooter?
right. And then you got to realize too, fans like me and a Big Priest, we can appreciate it because we've seen the greatest basketball players get their accolades from the mid range. This whole thing about being celebrated about the from the three ball and all of the excitement behind it is like when Miller and Ray Allen was doing it, it was because of their efficiency after being like 3 for 4 or 5 for 6.
Hmm.
Now they got Obi-Wan shooting 10 3 pointers in the
Yeah.
fucking
Yep.
playoffs. Like you wasn't doing that. You wasn't no
Yeah,
role
but
player shoot. You had to be the best player on the team to be shooting the three ball,
yeah,
especially at
And you got
Clint.
And you got
Curry
to
changed the
realize
game though.
too, with Larry
We
Bird, he could
appreciate
have
the mid
shot
range
it.
more
Larry
back
Bird
in
could have shot it more,
the day.
but that was considered a bad shot and an efficient shot back then. So
Exactly.
when you're talking about shooting, and I'm not just that's why I say you got to talk about more than just if you're talking about shooting. In order to beat Curry as a shooter, you have to add those other things. If you just talk about threes, you're not going to be able to do that in the debate. But if you're talking about the dribble pull up, how Larry Bird to say I'm finna go right, pull up over my left shoulder, and you ain't gonna be able to do shit to stop it. That's what he was telling dudes before he cooked their ass. You know what I'm saying? Just,
Right.
I mean, the shit is crazy when you think about it. How he tell you exactly where he gonna go on the court, do it, and then look at you. How he said, man, if you put that white dude on me, I'm gonna get 40. That's,
Right. So
yeah, I mean,
no, not right. Absolutely. And ultimately, what I'm trying to tell you, Barry, is fans from my demographic have been watching it when the mid range was the best thing and
mhm.
more common than the 3 pointer. Is that we celebrated that, and that's what made you a great player. Now it's like the three ball is trying to drown out the mid range. But when you look at the best scorers in the game, it's because of the mid range, not the three ball. I seen a stat the other day where they showed that in total points, DeMar DeRozan and Curry is like neck and neck, and you wouldn't
But
even
that's
think
why I
that.
got to look at it, Breezy, because I don't know if that debate was strictly about 3-point shooting or about just shooting.
Right. That's why I gotta watch it again too to kind of see what it was
Because it's
about.
hard to say is a better 3-point shooter than Curry. I'm just,
No, no, no. That's a
it's
tough
hard to
debate.
argue that. You're
That's
already
tough.
starting at a negative. I mean, you got to be a hell of a debater to get that shit and win that one.
Right. So
Because
my point is that DeMar DeRozan got way more middies scored than Curry, but Curry got
yeah,
way more 3 pointers than DeMar DeRozan.
because DeRozan
So
sucks
both
at
of them,
threes.
but both of them impact winning. But the name of the game in the NBA is the three ball, knowing to shoot, knowing how and when to shoot the long ball. And they got championships, and respectfully, DeMar DeRozan don't got none. You know what I'm
But the
saying?
thing about it is because Larry Bird is a better 3-level scorer than Curry.
That's a fact. That's a fact. It's just a
That's why I
fact.
said he can give it to you any way you want to get it.
Nah, that's a fact. Yeah, I like the fact that the mid range is still here. You got fans
Yeah.
like me and BP. I just call him BP. You know what I'm saying? That respect the mid range. You know what I mean? They think that just because you shoot the three ball, you the best shooter in the game. That's an unfair assessment. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
think I think Larry Bird was ahead of his time. I think Larry Bird played in the wrong era. If he played in this era, good luck.
You think so?
Because he was such a great shooter, if he had more opportunities to shoot,
Yeah.
good luck. And you
Yeah.
couldn't
Nah.
touch him because Larry Bird was 6'10".
Okay. Yeah. Nah. I give you that, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. I give you
And
that.
you're not able to touch him and get physical. If you take that same Larry Bird from the 80s, you pluck him out, boop, and you put him in the 2010s, boop. Good luck.
Yeah. Nah. You right. You absolutely right, bro. Word. Larry Bird is really a great player, and I don't know how many of the new school guys know about him, but he was really out there hooping. And I'm looking at his stats now, and as a rookie in the season after that, he played 82 out of 82 games, and I think that's another
Yeah.
difference between players back then and now. It was you if you got 82 games on the schedule, they expected you to play 82 games. He came in the season, the
Yep.
league averaging 21 points per game. As a matter of fact, bro, his numbers are impressive, like a motherfucker. And on top of that, he averaged a double double for like the first 6 seasons of his career. He was really out here hooping, like out
Yep.
here hooping. None of his numbers are bad. You know what I'm saying? None of
Nothing.
them. And on that note, and to get to what Big BP was saying, he took way more 2 pointers than 3 pointers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is the point that I was trying to make with you guys. Let me show you right now, so y'all don't, I'm not the only one seeing this. Y'all need to see this as well. Um, 16 2-pointer to 16, 17, 17, 17, 18, 20, 17, 17, 18, 17, 17, 13, 14. He averaged 17 2-pointers a game, but 3-pointers he only averaged 2 for his whole career.
When
That's the
his when
difference between these players now
and
and
that
then.
would be a good argument against old boy because he said when the volume goes up, that doesn't necessarily mean the efficiency goes up. But when you like Bird, when he earlier in his career, when he was shooting less than 1 3 a game, his efficiency was low. But when his efficiency, when his volume went up, that's when he started to shoot in the 40s and the 42% and the da 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 da. So that kind of can counteract that one argument that Buddy had. But this is kind of after the fact. I mean, you don't know what argument people gonna make before you would have to know all this information before you go into the debate, which is the only reason you would debate is if you know all the information. Otherwise, you'll be wasting somebody's time. But
Right. Well, but nah, I'm saying all that to say the great scorers, they were taking 2-pointers. They wasn't taking 3-pointers. So when y'all
facts.
contrasting these players from different eras, remember the
That's why you
style
can't
of
compare
play is
errors.
different. Yeah, this the style of play is different. Now, granted, he could have definitely shared the ball more and took more 3-pointers and 2-pointers. But like we said prior, he was what 6'10", you said? Like, bro,
Yeah.
he wasn't doing that. And again, I seen something earlier talking about how see, look, 6'9". They didn't have 6'9" power forward. Your ass supposed to be in the paint helping with rebounding. What you out here doing with me?
He a
Trying
small
to
forward.
trying to take a 3 ball. You know what I'm
He
saying?
came into the league as a quote unquote power forward, but that dude was a small forward. He wasn't
Yeah.
nowhere power forward.
Yeah, they got him listed as both positions, small forward and power forward. But I'm saying that to say that that's what it was back then. They wasn't having one of the best rebounders on the 3-point line because he needed help with the. You know what I'm saying with the rebounds. How could you be at the 3-point line and helping with the rebounds? And that's why the big man was designated to 2-pointers for the most part, and in the paint or in that mid range, they were more impactful to winning because your big man getting the rebound was more impactful than your big man knocking down the 3 ball. So you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is.
That's
Word.
crazy. The
What
year
happened?
before Larry Bird got there, they won 29 games, right? The year he got there, they won 29 games and finished 5th in the division. When he got there, they won 61 games and finished 1st in the division. Talking about a goddamn impact.
Right. That's incredible.
And they had the
Wow.
same squad. The only player that they added was Larry Bird. That's crazy.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? What was his pick? Damn, I took it off so fast. What was his pick for them to even
Where
get
was he
him?
picked? I
Yeah,
think
what
he
was
was
his
first,
draft pick?
but they stashed him. They picked him the year before he got to the league.
What you mean?
So he got drafted in 78, and his rookie season went until 79 because he had one more year of eligibility left in college.
Okay, so what do you mean? So he got drafted in 78 and went back to college?
Kind of like they do in baseball. You can't do that now. But
Yeah. I was about to say what? What was his draft? He was picked.
yeah,
He
he
was
was
number
drafted in
6.
1978, and he
Number 6
played his
pick.
first game in 79. Yeah.
Michael Thompson, Phil Ford, Ricky Roby, Michael Ray Richardson, Purvis Short was all drafted before them. I remember Michael Ray Richardson. I don't remember these other guys.
Michael Thompson.
Michael Thompson. No,
He was drafted
that's
by
before him. Oh, Michael Thompson,
no.
yeah.
And Michael Ray Richardson, he played for the Nets. He
Yeah,
had
no, I
coke problem
remember, I
though.
remember Michael Ray Richardson. I don't remember Purvis Short, Rick Roby, Phil Ford. Is Phil Ford? Did he play for the
That was a
Celtics?
decent draft. You had Reggie Theus. You had who else? Dave Corzine was decent, not great, but decent.
What? Maurice Cheeks.
Yeah, Mo Cheeks was a baller.
Yeah, he was a hooper for
You
real.
know who Mo Cheeks is.
Yeah, he was a hooper. You know what I'm saying? Grew up, just watching it. Like, yeah, you know who the hoopers is, but when you
Michael
doing
Cooper
these
was in that
debates,
draft.
yeah.
It was a lot of goddamn rounds. Shit.
Facts. But yeah, man. Yo, shout out to Biggie P, man, for holding it down, man. Shout out to the chat. I'm about to call it a night.
Me too.
It's been almost a 3-hour stream, man. Shout out
No
to
doubt.
Leaf, shout out to BP, shout out to Yaki, Leonardo, shout out to all the fans, man. Shout out to Reggie. You know, I still feel like the Nets fans is the best fans. We said a lot tonight, man. A lot of good. If y'all didn't see all of it, man, watch the playback, man. Some good content, man. We talking basketball for real tonight, man. So, you know, I hope y'all like the show, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna go watch these debates, man. I'll probably be back with a
Yeah, I need
recap.
to watch them too, yo, because I'm gonna try to jump in when you recap them. So I'm gonna watch them all too. So I
don't know how to tag you on this thing, man. But it just if you
I'm gonna turn the notification on.
All right, cool. Yo,
Yeah,
shout out
I
to
don't think I
BP,
got them
man.
on.
All right, yeah.
All right,
Set it
man.
up so we could do it sometime soon. I definitely want to watch that. Word. All right, later, BP.
Right.
Yo, shout out to y'all, man. Nets fans is the best fans. I get with y'all later. Another time. Peace.
Big fan Freezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog.
B-R-O-O-K-L-Y.